You can't disrespect Pokemon like that. Pokemon.
Sandshrew! Where are you?
Give me a hell yeah!
Yeah! Yes! Charizard.
I wanna be the very best.
This is the way.
Poggers!
Gamers, welcome and happy Monday. How you guys doing? Welcome to the Gaming Lifestyle Lounge. I'm your host, America's #1 online video game personality, Ben the Parvinator Parvin, here at your service. Guys, what's up? Welcome. How you doing, PJ? Good to see you, man. Welcome. Happy Monday. How you guys doing? Hey, I wanted to be here back on Friday and then on Sunday, but I've been feeling quite crappy. Today's a little touch and go, but we're gonna get this stream in. We're gonna have some fun. I've been kind of in the migraine zone lately, so you know, may have to go easy at a couple points, or maybe take an extra break or something like that. But we're gonna get this game started. It's good to see you guys. Happy Monday. Welcome, Gen 3. Gen 3. Here it is. At long last, this is a. I have my own story, as everybody does, with how I came to these games and how I shunned them for many years. The Generation 3. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I'd love to hear how you guys came to these games. When you played them, did you play them back when they launched? Did you come around to it later? For me, you know, we've talked about how sometimes with certain games, you know, like, okay, at this point, right, you zoom out, a lot of us are of a general age, you know, to where a few years it's not really that big of a difference, right? However, when it comes to some games, sometimes, you know, someone having 3-4 years your senior, that could put them in a totally different category of, you know, sort of what's cool or what their peers are playing when certain things come out. And I know Pokemon is just one of those series that is like it's a bit of a dividing line where, like, a lot of gamers of a certain age, this isn't to say that nobody who was older played them, but if you were a few years older than I am, it's very possible that you were already like getting too cool or too old for Pokemon when, you know, Red and Blue finally made it to North America or wherever you are. And you may have never really given those games a chance. Or like me, I was sort of prime age for that first wave of Pokemon, the first generation, and even Gen 2 I was so stoked about and was very hyped on and loved it. But by the time Ruby and Sapphire dropped, I was a little bit older at this point, and I had a feeling of being kind of too old for Pokemon. Big air quotes on that one. I think you guys get what I'm saying in terms of just... It wasn't so much that I felt too old as much as, well, I think that was a part of it, and a lot, me and my peers as well. There was a feeling of kind of having moved on, or, you know, a lot of us are playing our PS2s and GameCubes, and, you know, it's I don't know. I gravitated towards series other than Pokemon at this point, and when Ruby and Sapphire came out, I didn't buy them. As big of a Pokemon fan as I had been for Gens 1 and 2, and I got the game not too long after it launched here in the US, you know, Pokemon Red. So, you know, I'd been there on the kind of on the ground floor here in North America with Pokemon, but by the time Gen 3 came around, I don't know, there was a feeling of being too old for it, or at the very least it didn't spark my interest as much as the previous games had. Maybe I'm looking to the next Grand Theft Auto or something, you know, I don't know. But anyway, at this point, I'm closing in on being 40, and it honestly feels like, you know, back then I felt like I was too old to play these games, and now I feel like I'm too old to have not played these games at this point. You know, like, so anyway, all that is to say, that's kind of my personal story with it. I'll just add on, I did buy Emerald. I had the cart. Yeah. Oh, actually, this is leaf green. Oh, the cart, I had the cart somewhere else. I thought it might be in my old Game Boy Advance, but leaf green was what really got me kind of back into Pokemon, and then those Gen 2 remakes for, you know, for the DS as well. But I did buy Emerald, knowing that I probably wouldn't play it right away, and I didn't. I kept it, and it wasn't until a few years later that I started it up, and I only made it a few gyms through. So this is very much a game that I haven't made it that far in. I really don't remember much about it. And over the course of those years, I fired the game pack up once or twice and just kind of ran around for 10 seconds, but I didn't intend on starting a new file or anything. So yeah, this will be the first full playthrough for any of the Gen 3 games for me. And we're doing something different. And we're going to get to that instruction guide in just a bit. That'll be fun. But we're doing something different. I was torn as to whether or not to play a vanilla version of this game or go ahead and go with a ROM hack from friend of the show, Zombie Anton. You guys might know Zombie. This is his Twitch handle here. Zombie is the one who put together the Pokemon the Pokemon Emerald 386 hack that we're going to be playing. And I had played two of Zombie's games before, two of his hacks, Yellow 151 and Oh yeah, Crystal 251. And I really enjoyed them. The basic premise is it's a mostly vanilla playthrough. However, he's come up with some great ways to basically get access to the entire Pokédex for that generation. So in yellow, it was 151. Basically, in that one game pack, you could catch or trade your way to all 151 Pokemon. And he has some great ways of you know, it's not as cheesy. It's just like every one of them being he inserted someone to give you a trade, or you're catching them at level 1 or something like that. He did some pretty thoughtful methods of giving you access to the full Pokédex, which sometimes includes, like in the Gen 2, then the Crystal 251 remake, kind of adding back in some of that content out of Kanto that was cut in Gen 2 originally. Things like the Safari Zone, other stuff like that. I don't want to ruin it for you. It's fun to play it without too many of the spoilers for what he's done with these hacks. But yeah, we're gonna be doing his version of Pokemon Emerald. That's 386 here. So yeah. Now, I'm reading here. Ayatin, yeah. Somehow wasn't when I got a DS. Yeah. Funny how that can work, right? Yeah, I know. Well, I think you know, it was for me, it was the nostalgia trip of going back into Red and Blue that it was that nostalgia trip that really kind of got me back into Pokemon truly. And then I think that Gen 2 remake, you know, Soul Silver and Hard Gold came out, and I got Soul Silver, and I'm playing it and I'm loving it. But I have to admit, I always had that feeling in the back of my head, like I'm only playing the old stuff again. You know, I'm only doing the remakes and the original generations. I had skipped 3 entirely, and other than you know the Gen 1 remakes out of that. And I never played Diamond, Platinum, Pearl. I just skipped right over that stuff too. So I always had this nagging feeling of having skipped a couple generations, and it's gonna feel good to kind of go back and fix that. Metroid, welcome, buddy. Yep, welcome. How you doing, man? It's time for some horns and trumpets. I've heard so much about that being a meme, Ralph. Lots of trumpets or French horns in the soundtracks. Yeah. I'd love to hear how you guys came to these games too. Have you played them? You know, when you got around to it, etc., etc. Yeah. Good to see you guys. Funny how time works, right? You know. Again, you know, I don't know that those words "too old for Pokemon" ever really entered my head. It was more of just a feeling, or it didn't excite me as much anymore. You know, I think I had loved Gen 1 and 2 so much, but I didn't follow the hype for Gen 3. And I think because of that, when they came out, I just wasn't that excited to go get them. And, you know, I ended up picking up Emerald later, once that came out, but really just sitting on it. You know, like a couple years later, I'd do a few dungeons or a few gyms, and that's it. So nice. Oh, Sapphire to Flea Market. Oh, oh, you probably got a pretty good deal on it back then too. These games are so expensive now. If you guys haven't looked at pricing on Pokemon games, it's nuts. I wouldn't want to get rid of these things. But with that being said, a part of me is like, man, why didn't I keep the boxes and stuff? I kept the cards, but $15 in the box. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, man. It's hard to believe. I mean, I was just a little aside here, but like, I didn't watch this video, but I was seeing a YouTube video that the thumbnail was like, don't sell your Nintendo Switch. And I didn't even watch the video, but I was ready to switch off of YouTube at that point. But it had me thinking, like, who needs to hear that message? Because honestly, that is a pretty good message. Like, if you have the ability to hold on to these systems, do it, man. I can, on behalf of a lot of us who have gotten rid of at least part or whole collections before, you may come to miss it. And then there could be a time to get rid of the stuff you don't need or whatever, right? Season for everything, but yeah, man. I think a lot of people are kicking themselves because they didn't keep some of this old stuff. At least I have the carts. Yeah, totally Metroid, yeah. And they're so expensive at this point. Metroid got Sapphire the day it came out, and Emerald too. Very cool. It didn't play Ruby though. Nice. So you had 2 of the 3 Gen 3 ones. I'm stoked, man. I'll say this. First off, the Little Root music, it's been playing for the last couple days as I set this stream up, and the very little that I've played of Pokemon Emerald, I gotta say, man, it feels like I'm coming home. It's a great theme. This one here, the Little Root, your hometown theme. And yeah, it's cool that they, right away, I was talking to my wife about it, like, man, that the hometown themes, they tend to just be a feeling of instant nostalgia, even if you're new to the game, and I'm really feeling that with this. It can get you into your feelings. I also now have lyrics about my cat to this song, since it's been in my head for the last 3 days, but damn. Yeah, I see. Well, yeah. There you go, Ralph. I mean, hey, sometimes we're bound to all the stuff we have, I did some dumb downsizing that didn't actually help me save space. And thankfully I kept some stuff, but yeah, I definitely have some regrets. Metroid's got a bunch of copies and stuff. Nice. Stuff bound, yeah. That's right. Well, that's right. Well, that's what's helping us play this today, because I traded in my dang GameCube with a GB player. I think that's the thing I missed the most, honestly. I had the logic, which is stupid, that, well, I have a Wii, and the Wii can play GameCube games. I'll just keep my Wii and all the software for those two systems, and we'll ditch the GameCube. And I had instant regrets about that one, and had a GB player on it and everything. Would have been a great way to play this game, huh? Well, anyway, all water under the bridge, and there's a whole bunch of water in this game, I hear, so. I need just any footage, too, when I was out and about looking for a little bit of footage for the game. It's a very wet world. And yeah, I guess based on its, real-world counterpart. All right, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a quick peek at a sacred text. I've got the instruction manual for you. Let's check this out. It should be fun. All right, here it is. Got our instruction booklet. All right. I would love to have a little overhead cam. I don't even know if I have this instruction. I think I got rid of the box, sadly. But yeah, I'd love to have a little overhead camera to, do some real sacred text. But a PDF file will have to work for us. All right, so here we are. Warning, seizures. Some people, about 1 in 4,000, may have seizures or blackouts triggered by light flashes or patterns. Yes, some people, right. 1 in 4,000 is, I was gonna say, well, that's, is it the odds of a wild shiny are 1 in 2,000, is that right? That's funny. I will say, this stream, it's gonna have a lot of flashing stuff. I got a little bit trippy with some of the imageries, but some of the imagery. Allergic to video games. Man. That'd be a damn shame. This is the Emerald version of Pokemon. There are some differences from the Ruby and Sapphire versions, such as how often and which types of Pokemon appear. Also, some stories have been modified, as well as new ones added. It's funny that they give this explanation here. It goes on to say it's compatible with Pokemon Colosseum. Any of you guys ever play that one? I never played Colosseum. Or XD. Pokemon Box, Ruby and Sapphire, Game pack cannot be linked to the red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, or crystal versions. It's funny that this is in the instruction manual here, but I guess everybody's wondering it, you know? I can't go back to Gen 2. What the hell? Nick, welcome, buddy. Nick said Coliseum was pretty fun from what I remember. Yeah. I guess, like, it's a similar experience to Stadium, kind of? Like, I guess I'm looking for sort of a reference point to, like, what the game is, or, you know. Because I really know pretty little about Coliseum. When it comes to Pokemon, outside of, you know, Snap and a little bit of Stadium, it was mostly just the mainline stuff for me. I didn't play a lot of the spin-offs. Yeah. More of a storyline than Stadium? Okay, right. An actual game to it, too. Okay, yeah. Right, well, you didn't have that one as a kid, so we're all learning about it now, Metroid. You said you fell off in Gen 5? Yeah. That's black and white, right? That was the first kind of like new non-remake that I played truly since Gen 2, not counting the like a couple hours I put in Emerald. Or I ditched it, yeah. Your adventure begins. In this world live creatures called Pokemon. Humans and Pokemon have lived, worked, and played together in harmony for ages. Nevertheless, there are still numerous mysteries surrounding them. In order to find out more about these creatures, many scientists, such as Professor Birch of Little Root Town, have dedicated their lives to Pokemon research. Recently, you've moved to Little Root Town, where Professor Birch devotes himself to research in his lab. You immediately go to see him, but find that he's not in his lab. Soon, you will find him being attacked by wild Pokemon on a road. Man. Also, I know very little about Professor Birch, but the sprite for him, or there's some art, official art, I think, coming up somewhere in the guide that is just really funny to me. Oh, yeah. It is. I like too that the storyline change of you've just moved to the town, and I gotta admit, when I fired Emerald up for the first time in many years recently, I had forgotten about the moving. You know, the opening there of cutting straight to where, you know, you're in that moving truck and stuff. It's a cool little way to start the game, honestly. You know, pretty sweet. And then, of course, you end up doing some stuff very similarly, going home and da-da-da. So it's similar to what you've done in Gen 1 and 2. But yeah. That's funny, Metroid. I wish I could remember how I like came to find out about Pokemon, but I think I got some Nintendo Power hype because in the lead up to its release in North America, they were doing some stuff on the Japanese craze of Pokemania, and you know, I even, like, before Pokemon launched, I remember hearing about, like, oh, it's known as Pocket Monsters in Japan, you know. Straight from the official Nintendo propaganda rag. Yeah. Oh, that's cool, Metroid, yeah. That's funny, man. Yeah, you got in on the ground floor. Good on your dad for finding those cards, too. Yeah, that's right, Ralph. Absolutely. Here's some cards for you, kids. Here's an anime. I guess what's crazy, too, is one of the things that I think I've come to learn in the last couple years is, you know, it was not to say that there weren't points when Pokemon shot up in popularity in Japan, but I've learned that it really was more of a slow roll, whereas, you know, like it had to be getting played and talked about, and you know, then stuff was coming out about this. Oh, there's this game, there's 150 things, but then there's 151. There's a 151st monster out there somewhere. And, you know, it's like, it was a, you know, it had to ramp up in popularity. And then the anime and all that stuff came significantly later than the first drop of, like, you know, Pokemon, Red and Green. there, you know? And then, so the thing is, when it got to North America, it was like they were ready to roll out so much of that stuff because it had happened in waves in Japan. And it was like they had a full marketing juggernaut behind this. So not only are you hearing Pokemon for about the first time in your life, there's a cartoon and the games are there. And you're hearing about these spin-off games like pinball and other stuff. And you know what I mean? So it was like it's really kind of crazy what they pulled off just from like a marketing perspective of you know, Japan kind of being that test market and it really proving itself there. And then they were able to just add all that up, have it ready to go for a worldwide release, and it was the perfect storm. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing here in the chat too. Yeah, you got exactly. Yeah, you guys are. It's funny, man. It really felt like you know, I could see a parent who's buying this stuff for a kid, or like an older brother or sister who is outside of this or something, kind of being like, my God, you know, like, where did all this come from? You know, it's all here. Like, it all seemed to come pretty fast, huh? Although you've never had your own Pokemon, you borrow a Pokemon from the professor and defeat the wild Pokemon easily. Professor Birch thanks you and gives you the Pokemon you borrowed a little while ago. Delighted with your first Pokemon, you set out on your adventure. Man, drink every time they say Pokemon. No, please don't. Sounds dangerous. Pokemon Emerald, you can choose from either a boy or girl. No matter which one you choose, there's no difference in the story. However, it is recommended that you choose a character with the same gender as yours. That's funny. It's still somewhat novel for these games to allow you to pick a gender, right? I guess Crystal was the first one to do that, right? First of the Pokemon games. Yeah. Be whatever you want to. Yeah. Object of the game. Here we go. Catch many different Pokemon. That's Metroid. I'm waiting on the fad to end. Right. Calling it Pokemon. All your Pokemans and your... All right. Let's figure out what we want to read out of this and what we want to skip. Goal is to complete your Pokédex by collecting lots of different kinds of Pokemon. All right. So, man, one of those kind of things that just gets repeated over and over again is that, by Gen 3, Pokemon dropped the phrase, gotta catch 'em all. It was no longer, you know, your objective or the main thrust of what Pokemon was, collecting all the monsters. Well, you know, you read the instruction booklet and they're still encouraging you to fill out that Pokédex, you know. Collecting lots of different kinds of Pokemon. I guess it doesn't say collect them all, huh? It says by collecting lots of different kinds of Pokemon. It does say your goal is to complete it. Yeah, when you catch a Pokemon, its data will automatically be recorded in your Pokédex. Visit Professor Birch every once in a while to have him rate how complete your Pokédex is. Look at the sleek new Pokédex we get in this generation. Looking like a flip phone, huh? Very much like a Razr, a Motorola Razr or something. Yeah. It's such a lofty goal, Metroid. Yeah, absolutely. The version of Pokemon that we'll be playing lets us get all 386 in this game pack. The version of Emerald we're playing. I'm curious to see how that plays out. Yeah. God, how many are there? 1,025. Nintendo, if you're listening to me, get out there and make your first 2D Pokemon in a long time. And put all 1,025 of them in there. All right. Okay. And we want complete and total balance across all Pokemon. Try to become the best trainer ever. Another goal is to improve your skills as a Pokemon trainer. During your adventure, you'll battle wild Pokemon as well as other trainers. Both battles will help you and your Pokemon become stronger. There's also gyms in the world, each of which has a very talented trainer known as the gym leader. Only those who can defeat the gym leaders will be accepted as true trainers. However, the gym leaders have very powerful Pokemon that will be difficult to defeat. It may be a tough fight, but you must be brave and charge into battle. Hey, remember, if they challenge you to a battle, it's on, man. And by challenge you to a battle, that just means maybe they even rotate it in your direction. That's all it takes, a little eye contact. World of Pokemon is a vast and mysterious place with many hidden wonders. If you happen upon a place where there's writing on the walls, but you can't read it, think about something that might help you solve the puzzle. ... It might be Braille. Yeah, it might be Braille. I've just thrown that out there. Just spitballing here. If you're unable to search out the answers you need, remember that you can always contact Nintendo for help. Oh, man. What is this, 2004? Hey, Palpuck, welcome. How are you? You send an email to Nintendo for help? Do you send an email to Nintendo Power? I wonder when the hotline went down. I would think it would be down by this point. Maybe gone for a little while, but I don't know. Yeah, Palpuck, right. Yeah, send your Pokemon in. Be brave and charge into battle. By announcing which Pokemon you're going to send. Alright. Love the old school Game Boy Advance. You don't see a whole lot of love for this body style anymore. It, it's kind of funny because I feel the SP, it's like, I don't know, folks who are significantly younger than me, several years back, it was like, similar things happening for DS and 3DS right now, but it was like it became once again the hot thing, was the Game Boy Advance SP. And I remember my nephew coming out to visit us one time, and the dude kept trying to talk me out of talk me into giving him my Game Boy Advance SP. And I was like, nah. No, little guy, sorry, you're not you can play it while you're here. I think I let him even delete the file I had on Emerald and start another one. They were going to be visiting for a few days, need a little something to do every now and then. And I didn't care about that file. I never finished it. I only made it a few gems in. So, didn't mean anything. Here we go. Here's Professor Birch. And, right, that's him, I believe. And I think that this has been said before, but what a pose. Right here. What a pose. Can I zoom in on that? What is it? He's like, the look, the eyes too, man. I'm like, I hope people love this guy, honestly. He seems like he's got a lot of personality. I'm just kind of thinking too from the article, like, there it is, yeah, 40%. Yeah, is he about to get attacked like at the beginning of the game, That's he does look scared. Also, note the sandals here as well. You're already getting the sense that this is the Florida of the Pokemon world. This is what the professors look like. They're in khaki shorts and sandals. He's got personality and jorts. Absolutely. Sometimes one begets the other. All right. Let's see what else we can mine out of this instruction booklet here. Deciding on a name. Remember, if you're speedrunning, you just need to do A, right? And you wouldn't want too much text to scroll. The no fun playthrough options. It's crazy to me that the level of speedrunning that happens with some of these games, because some of them can be pretty long. different kinds of speedruns, I suppose, but I think as a person who takes so long to get through these games, when I'm first even really learning about kind of modern speedruns, which I sort of missed that, I just wasn't paying attention to games media during that sort of switched to a lot of stuff being online. So I kind of missed that sort of first wave of popularity of online speedruns and stuff, and to hop in and just like see someone speedrun Pokemon, or a good one is I like a lot of summoning salt stuff it helps the casuals like me kind of understand what's going on in some of these games. And I saw one recently. It was one of his older ones from like Pokemon Red, I believe, speedruns, and just crazy. Yeah, it takes a special kind, Ralph. It really does. Yeah. All right. What else we got here? I will say this. Some of this is a bit familiar to me, like layouts and things, because I played Pokemon Fire. I had Leaf Green. And so I've been in the Gen 3, realm before, but I just haven't played much of this game. Or, Sapphire, Ruby. Okay, looks like pretty standard fare so far, right? Bags, items, bowls, TMs and HMs. They don't really tell you a whole lot about these yet, but maybe learn about them later. TMs and HMs. I mean, the game doesn't really leave much for you to have to come back to an instruction booklet for, I would think, but we got our Hoenn map. Crazy. Looking forward to seeing that again in the game. I did some footage of sort of the beginning of the game, and yeah, I was just kind of taking in the map for a little bit. I guess they took it's Kyushu that it's based on, is that right? Is that the region of Japan that this one's based on? But yeah, they took that and rotated it, sort of 90 degrees. Apparently, I think it was the director had mentioned he thought it would, for gameplay purposes, the map needed to be flipped, rotated a bit. Kind of curious sort of what goes into that discussion, but not knowing enough about these games right now, it wouldn't help me, but that's okay. Yep. So some of this stuff I will say, when I'm skipping this and finally getting to Leaf Green, it did feel like so much had been added, or there were a few I guess like I don't know, features of Pokemon have been added since then, so I felt a little out of place for a bit. All right, yeah, double battles. This is the first double battle, right, in Gen 3? I should say, like, Ruby and Sapphire, those are the first double battles, I believe. And then I think that continued into Fire Red and Leaf Green, or at least they had a couple at some point, but I can't remember. That's right, Valpuck. Use your Pokemon's ability. Yeah. And then I was watching a documentary on Gen 5 recently, and it was like they did, I'd forgotten that there were triple battles in there, and the guy making the video was cracking up because he pointed out that like all the health bars and their names were like covering up so much of the gameplay, or like or like not the gameplay but the battle scene, and covering up the sprites and stuff. And dang, quad battles. That's like, yeah, 2 Dragon Quest teams going at it. Ralph, you said prank call Nintendo helpline, act like it's the early 2000s. Guys, hey, yes, I have permission from Mom. All right, what else can we really get out of this? This is the first generation, right, that changes the whole special and physical split, right? Or, I think now you get like, that had been, I guess that was something that when people go back and play Gens 1 and 2, It seems to be something that has to be explained to those new players, or yeah. That's right. The Poke Wars, Ralph. We'll finally learn about that giant war that happened before the games took place. It's been theorized. All right, catching and raising Pokemon. We're gonna flip through again just to take a quick peek at the art, like a really quick flip. But yeah, I'm still really liking a lot of the designs that I've seen for Gen 3 Pokemon, and you know, some of these I would see elsewhere, having played some of the later games. But we're still doing watercolor stuff, I guess, at this point. Looks cool. Moves category is now explicit rather than being linked to type. Right, okay. I remember, yeah, that was one of those things, you know, you can play these games without knowing much about them mechanically. And, you know, as a kid, definitely playing Gen 1 and 2, I would have those moments of not understanding that, you know, yeah, having a character do a move that was their typing, but if it was, you know, if they weren't good at physical versus special or whatever, you know, I didn't get that. And at some points I remember having that confusion of like, wait, I thought that would do more. The acorn guy, let's take another look. That's funny. Is that C-Dot? You're gonna have to help me with some of the names here, but I got C-Dot and I don't know. In my head, I'm getting it mixed up with some allergy medicine, but yes, okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of Lorda something or blah, blah, blah is what I had in my Lordazine, or I can't remember what it is. Yeah, Lotad. Thank you. Lopez. Let's see what else we got. Tips on raising Pokemon. All right, traded Pokemon grow faster. I always thought that was so cool, you know, being legitimate trades with friends and not just like trading to yourself, which is also cool. But, you know, those rare, like actual, hey, I think you'd like this one. I think you'd like this one. Let's try. And we actually keep the Pokemon. That was fun. Ludicolo's first form. Oh, okay. I don't know that I've seen one prior to that. Like I'm trying to think of what it would look like. I know I've seen this particular evolution or whatever. Yeah. All right, leave your Pokemon in a daycare. Yep. The daycare is one of the things I see in these softlock videos. Anybody ever watch those? There's a YouTube creator, and I've seen a few of these, but from Picaspri. And there's a series of videos that they do where the goal is basically to make let's say you're taking a Pokemon game pack, you know, Emerald or whatever, and you're going to do everything you can to have the absolute worst setup so that when you hand that game cart to a friend, you tell them, hey, see if you can get out of this situation. You're going to be stuck in a really awful situation. See what you can do to get out of it. And it's always some insane thing they have to do to actually like break out of it, you know, that requires a ton of luck or just a lot of time. But yeah, look those up if you're interested. There's again, it's like most of them have like soft locking in the title, but that's some fun stuff. It's the daycare is one of the methods he uses to get rid of Pokemon who have HMs that you would need, because the game won't let you release those Pokemon. If it's like, you know, you're down to your last HM or whatever, and that Pokemon would represent your last of that HM user, if that makes sense. They won't let you release it, and I've seen the dialogue of like, oh, it came back. Was it worried about you? Or, you know, it asks that. Putting them into daycare is one of the ways you can get rid of those Pokemon. So if you ever want to trap yourself on an island or something, that might be the way to do it. Selling all your items. That's funny. Pokemon Evolution. Yep. All right, talking about evolution stone, if it's traded and so on. There's also a rumor that there are other ways they can evolve. Now, they don't mention the, like, friendship evolutions there. I don't think I knew about the friendship ones for a while. Yeah. Yeah, they're fun. Each of those videos from Picaspri in the soft locking series, they're all like 15 minutes, you know, it's good fun. There's a certain point, like my wife was in there watching it with me, and there's a certain point where if you don't know that the goal is to soft lock it, it just sounds like, oh my god, why would he do that? Why would he make it so hard? But yeah, it's like releasing all your Pokemon, getting it down to just one, and yeah, some funny stuff like that. Trapping them in places. Whimpsy, huh? Yeah, I've seen that one before, but never heard the name. Healing, Pokemon Centers. I like that there's a category for, or a section for buildings in town. There are many different buildings and houses in each town, and also many people to talk with. As you walk around, be sure to check out everything and chat with everyone you meet. You might find some useful information for your adventure. So once again, Pokemon being a great sort of, you know, entryway to RPGs for a lot of players. I probably got to be the first RPG I played, I think. And then, you know, shortly on the heels of that, I'm getting into Final Fantasy and stuff, and floodgates are open. Super Mario RPG. Someone's PC. We don't know whose just yet. And your PC. Pokemart's your room. You can add decorations now. Whimpsy versus Whim. Ralph is just gonna tell me, like, just give me a fake Pokemon name for every one of them, you know, and I won't know the difference. Secret base. You may come across a place such as a tree with ivy or a wall with a small hole in it, where by performing a certain action, you can set up a secret base. You can add decorations to your secret base, placing various goods such as furniture or mats. I like capital F, furniture, capital N, mats. You can only have one secret base at a time, but you can change the location of your secret base whenever you want. Right. It's too, well, Ralph, there's 1,025 of them. I can understand. Well, I mean, the previous two games, right? That's what I know it to be Bill's PC, Palpuck, but I don't know that I remember or would have gotten to a point where you meet Bill when I played this so long ago. So yeah, I'm curious. Battle Frontier. Yeah. Aim to be the strongest at Battle Frontier. I think I've heard some good things about this, and seems to be like I guess there's some sort of speed run stuff around the Battle Frontier as well. Moving on. Various items. Rare candies. Rare candies, this is what your favorite Pokemon YouTuber uses in their playthroughs. They just spoof a bunch of rare candies. Hey, why grinding is for suckers, you know? People want to know if they can beat the whole game with a grimer. What are you gonna do? Raise that thing up through random battling? Come on. You gonna grind? Yeah. It's really nice, Nick. Yeah, and you know, the one for, I remember really appreciating the one for Fire Red, Leaf Green as well, and it had a lot of throwback stuff to kind of the original, you know, or a bit of the feel of the original one. Although that original, the like trainer booklet, it happened, I forget, do they call it that? Trainer manual or something? Yeah, making it look like it's a little 3-ring, you know, booklet that you have. It's cool. Rare candies won't save you from the EV grind. They won't. For cheaters. You know, EVs, that's a thing. You know, when I finally get back into Pokemon around like, well, yeah, the Fire Red, Leaf Green, but maybe not even until I'm reading a little more online when I'm playing like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and I'm learning about EVs and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know what this is. Have I not played this series? You know, I remember like finding myself in some Pokemon forum and all the talk was EVs and DVs and stab. You know, everybody talking stab, and I was you know, walking around trying to figure out what the heck everybody's mentioning. Trainer's Guide. Thank you, Nick. That's cool. Yeah. It looks so fun too. The little, like it's a little 3-ring booklet thing. Something you take out in the woods. Yeah, I will say this, man. Pokemon is one of those series where I think it's one of several series where you have those moments in your life where you maybe you really like a game or a series. For me, I would say Pokemon, even though I skipped like Gens 3 and 4 for a while, you know. I certainly had put a lot of time into the series, playing as a casual, and, you know, got Pokemon Red right around the time it launched. But then later you meet folks who are a whole other tier of understanding and like level of fan, you know? And yeah, Pokemon was one of those when, I think especially when you got the ability to play folks from around the world, I guess maybe Gen 4. Yeah, I realized I didn't know shit about Pokemon. And I'm on the message board seeing, you know, Eevee, everybody talking about Stab and da-da-da, and I felt so behind. And then the good news is you don't have to worry about that stuff to play through the main story, you know. You barely need to know how the game works at all. At least with the previous gens, you know, you can kind of brute strength your way through a lot of stuff, but... That's true, Ralph, yeah. That's funny. TMs and hidden machines. We got a bunch of them. Nothing new. I'm just looking down here. I guess nothing new until maybe Dive. That looks new to my eyes. You would have had all the other previous ones, I guess, through Gen 2, you know. Yeah, Dive. Lets you dive into the sea and move around underwater. Press the A button in a place where the watercolor is deep, then you'll dive. I didn't know that was a move. That's cool. Pressing the B button in the water allows you to come back up to the surface. Oh, yeah. Single elimination, right. Something everyone had to travel so far for. Yeah. Made it through 3 rounds. Yeah. I bet Metroid. And I've seen videos too of like, you know, what it takes. Okay, so when the Pokemon game the ones that just launched recently. Sorry, it's on the tip of my tongue. There's been a lot of colors and stuff today that I've been trying to keep track of all the Pokemon games, but the ones that just came out recently, someone was putting together a video of like what all it would take to be competitive in that, and yeah, it's crazy. And now the games have this level. Scarlet and Violet, yeah, right. Those are the most recent ones. Other than there was a Legends, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. They were talking about some of the new games. I'm not sure if it was Scarlet and Violet or that or ZA. Yeah. But just what all it would take to, you know, play competitively at this point, it's insane. Yeah, again, Pokemon was one of those series where you realize, man, some people are in it way more than I am. Metroid's out there competing, you know. I imagine after the stress of all that and the setup and the prep and everything, it probably took a lot out of you. Let your Pokemon hold a berry. Berries in Gen 2, I played a little stupidly with some of the like around the time of Gen 2's launch, when I got Silver, you know, I would only play through the game a couple times as a kid, and all the berry stuff and the stuff with Kurt making the balls and whatnot, there were some aspects of the game that I didn't care that much for. I understood the purpose of the berries and whatnot, but yeah, you know, Gen 2 was really just kind of full of stuff too. You didn't have to do it all. There's a little something for everybody. Maybe, Ralph, maybe I don't want to be the very best after all. Oh man, even the Hooters couldn't cheer Metroid up. Oh, poor guy. Sorry, man. Yeah, that sucks. And I hope you're feeling better too. I know you said you have been dealing with some migraines lately, so yeah. Sorry, I keep highlighting the screen. I don't know what a Pokéblock is, actually, so let me read what this is. Pokéblocks are candy that increase the conditions of Pokemon. Higher Pokéblock's quality is, the more you can increase the Pokemon's condition. If the condition is high, I'm seeing like blue, mellow. If the condition is high, the Pokemon will enjoy a higher reputation at a Pokemon contest. Okay, contests, huh? Pokeblocks are made by blending several berries with a machine called a berry. I can already tell I'm probably not. I'm gonna have very limited interest in Pokeblocks. My eyes are glazing over as I read about Pokeblocks. Use a machine called a berry blender. Choose a berry as material and put it into the berry blender. When the pointer starts to spin, press the A button with exact timing as it passes your marker to speed it up. We're blending berries. Just kind of shows you we've been doing weird stuff with like Pokemon food, etc. for a very long time. I was seeing Scarlet and Violet, like some of the like previews for it before it came out, and it was a Nintendo Direct, and they spent a couple minutes talking about making sandwiches, and I'm having an out-of-body experience watching this, and just like, my God, what is this? We're making tortas, and I don't understand. Balpuck wants the acai. Nice. That sounds good right about now. Yeah. Again, there's a little something for everybody in these games. Nick said I was so not into the contests. Yeah, man, it's the same here. And it's funny, well, you know, when I played Black and White, there's a little bit more of that, I think. Or at the very least, I found it, you know, I remember like the little, you're supposed to dress them up and put like bow ties and stuff on them. And that's it. And then they... Hey, you know, something for everybody. Hey, welcome, Master. How you doing? All right, we got our gym leaders and badges. I love all the different fonts here, like the big font for the big wording for the badge that you get. Rustboro City Gym, Roxanne. We've got Brawley, okay. Interestingly enough, they're not telling us, like, you know, their badge is a big hint, of course, but yeah, they don't go on to say this guy does this, you know. There's lots of other context clues. Oh yeah, what we got? Rock, fighting, electricity, Lava Ridge Town. Okay, some of the town names I'm familiar with, some I'm not. Fire, balance badge. I mean, feather. I don't know what balance badge is because I see a rain badge down there. I would say maybe water for that one. Mind badge. What, psychic? Feather for flying, maybe. Norman. Is Norman a any I'm kind of curious, any like any of these trainers that tend to be a what do you call it? Like I guess a roadblock or a skills check, or a level check or anything. Being more familiar with Gen 1 and 2, you know, it's like some of those early Pokemon gym battles are really just there to teach you like a specific gameplay concept, you know. But damn, if what is it, Gen 2, that there's the one trainer early on that uses rollout. That got me good the first time through for sure. Dumb little Pokemon Silver kid here. She got me with the rollout, man. Live and learn. All right, you can link up. Yeah, so you can't use the... Oh, yeah, you can. Okay, so because this came out later than, you know, I guess with Ruby and Sapphire, you've only got the cable is your only way to trade. But if you use Emerald, and you're going Emerald to Emerald, you can use the wireless adapter that would have come with Fire Red and Leaf Green. There's an interesting little chart here. Yeah. A thick Italian-American accent. Oh, hey, looking forward to that, Palpuck. You send out your first Pokemon. Oh! Oh, man. Oh! Thank you. All right. Forgot I have sound effects. About linking up when using the wireless adapter. Oh, yeah, I remember some of this stuff from playing Fire Red and Leaf Green with my cousin. All right, wireless adapter. Ooh, the wireless club. I see they've got berry blenders there to make the Poke Blocks. Mini games as well at the game corner. Oh yeah, 3 different areas. Yeah, okay. Very cool. This song was coming on. I've been listening to the soundtrack some the last few days, and there's a few of them that stuck out to me. Playing in the Union Room. Okay. I won't be doing that, unfortunately. Talking to other players. Da-da-da. Man, I bet this stuff was really cool. I only ever got to trade or be in a trading, battling situation with just, you know, my cousin by the time I'm playing Fire Red, Leaf Green. So I'm never seeing like a big Union Room with a bunch of people. I wonder how many folks can play, you know. It's interesting because, you know, it's like when the you know, when Emerald comes out, you've already had Fire Red and Leaf Green, so it's interesting to think about. Okay, well, I guess this is my first time thinking about this. So the data for all the Pokemon must have been in Sapphire and Ruby. So before they made Sapphire and Ruby, I guess, are they going in and they're putting into that game's data all of the, you know, previous, what, 251 or whatever? So that when, you know, knowing that Fire Red and Leaf Green is coming out, then they'd be able to trade like that, I guess, or... kind of curious to know. I wouldn't think that... I would think it would have to be in there in the data for like Sapphire and Ruby. But yeah. Or maybe, you know, yeah, or else you're kind of just... I guess it wouldn't have to be, but yeah. Seems like a lot to like transfer in. Yeah. Well, because I think, you know, the first thing people are asking, and man, I will say this, I don't remember much about the hype for these games, but I do remember there being kind of a loud chorus of folks complaining that you couldn't so directly trade with Gen 2, and Gen 1, etc. And, you know, people were pissed. Yeah, big old wall of text there. We'll skip through some of that. It's getting a little less useful, especially since we're not going to be doing much in the way of trading. Nick, you pointed out how nice this instruction booklet is. It really is, man. It's very detailed. Lots of stuff for multiplayer, huh? Talking about records. Your friends' stories will also be broadcast on TV in towns and cities. Oh, so what, you're getting like oh, so-and-so defeated blah, 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 or whatever. With their Chansey. Just like a mad-libbing, like, you know, what happened in a battle or something. It is, Nick, yeah. Yeah, you know, like, I know for some people there's that kind of almost a spiritual cutoff between like Gen 2 and 3. And I'm coming to find out like how some of the things that I really liked about those generations did continue at this time, and I wish I would have played this a lot sooner too. I think I would have enjoyed it, but better late than never. But we're still going here. We're going E mode and G mode. I don't know what the hell's going on. We're doing Pokemon contests. Select a competition category from cool, beauty, cute, smart, or tough. I like these categories: cool, beauty, cute, smart, or tough. Once you're taken inside the 4 Pokemon, begin the contest. What's it gotta feel like to be one of these Pokemon getting judged up there, you know, on their coolness, their beauty, their cuteness, their smartness, or their toughness? Yeah, I remember having to be kind of close. It mentions 10 feet here with the Game Boy Advance adapter. That's not that far, but, you know, you're sitting together. I don't remember any, like, big problems with the trading and battling that me and my cousin did in terms of, like, connecting or, you know, things like that. It seems pretty easy. The things you'll need: a Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP, or Game Boy Player. R.I.P. The music too, right? You know, you've probably noticed. I mean, this is like another rendition of the SSN music, isn't it? Not my favorite sound. That is a big GameCube. Oh fuck. Yeah, everybody's playing. They're all together. Man, this is a party right here. You got the GameCube, 2 people on their SPs, 2 people on their original GBAs. I'm gonna run out of Mountain Dew real fast. Oh my god, yeah, look at this. Ah. Like that. Look at this. Look at this right here. Yeah. What a diagram. Be within a 10-foot radius. Keep it close. Oh man. Okay, Pokemon Coliseum. We're about done here. We'll be taking a break and then getting into the game. Yeah. All right. The things you'll need: connecting with Pokemon Coliseum. Have you guys ever seen any of the videos of all the stuff you got to do to catch them all for this generation? I'm pretty sure it involves having to play Coliseum and XD, I think. Yeah, it's pretty involved. Yeah, exactly, Balpuck. Do you need to connect? That's a good question. I think for all of them, it seemed like we're using one game pack here. The things you'll need. Yeah, I mean, I think for even the contests, yeah, everybody would have to have their own. I mean, look at this. The things you'll need for Coliseum. And they were getting a little, all the link cables and the GB player and all that other stuff. There was a lot of connectivity happening. You know, we're going to be playing starting Wind Waker soon, and I always just think about how, I mean, you know, GBA and GameCube were contemporaneous, and actually, you know, a couple of games would use that Game Link cable, or the whatever the one was that you transfer. No, I forget what it was, but the cable that you use for hooking up a Game Boy Advance to the Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable, they're calling it, I guess. Yeah, I remember like using that for the Tingle Tuner and some other stuff. Or else I'd just play Four Swords. Yeah, get them all in together for some Four Swords. Although, yeah, with Four Swords, I wonder how many of the, like, if you're doing the GBA version, I wonder how many of those you'd have to have. The Tingle Tuner. The Tina Turner. The Tina Turner Tingle Tuner. All right, I wouldn't want to skip the important legal stuff here, so we're going to leave this up on the screen for any interested parties. Never mind some of the information you see on the screen here. Tina Turner. We got to make a good tongue twister out of that one. Copying of any video game for any Nintendo system is illegal and is strictly prohibited by domestic and international intellectual property laws. Am I opening myself up to any liability by reading this? Quote, backup or, quote, archival copies are not authorized and are not necessary to protect your software. Violators will be prosecuted. This Nintendo game is not designed for use with any unauthorized copying device or any unlicensed accessory. The use of any such device will invalidate your Nintendo product warranty. Nintendo and or any Nintendo licensee or distributor is not responsible for any damage or loss caused by the use of any such device. We got to do the like fast version at the end of the commercial. If use of such cases, if use of such device causes your game to stop operating, disconnect the device carefully to avoid damage and resume normal gameplay. If your game ceases to operate and you have no device attached to it, please contact Nintendo customer service. The contents of this notice do not interfere with your statutory rights. This booklet and other printed materials accompanying the game are protected by domestic and international intellectual property laws. For further information or assistance, please contact Nintendo Consumer Service. www.nintendo.com. You can call in US or Canada, either. Hey guys, I'm trying to copy this game. Can you help me? Thanks, Nick. I stumbled on a couple words, but I had a couple good streams going in there, yeah. All right. And yes, I'm skipping over the warranty and service information, sadly. And a nice green, green color in the booklet here. Yeah, it's a feel very similar to the Gen 1 and 2 booklets overall. I love a lot of the art that you get in it. You can see, I think with these like gym leader designs, you can see a different art style coming in, beginning to get a bit shinier, although that looks pretty similar to 2 to me. Yeah, just plug it into your Netscape navigator, your www.nintendo.com. This is a butt with legs over here. How you doing, Dustin? Welcome, buddy. Pokemon. That is not Pokemon. All right, that's it. That's it for our instruction booklet. Now, before I give anybody a seizure, I don't want scroll through this anymore. But yeah, that was fun. Yeah, the Pal Puck. I love that. I love Mario with his toolbox. We had to get an NES replaced one time, and they sent us a magnet that was up on the fridge for many years. I wonder what happened to it. Who got the Nintendo service repair magnet in the divorce? That's what I want to know. I'm asking Mom and Dad next time we talk. Who got the magnet? Yeah, it was up on the fridge for many years, and it just was kind of one of those things you see every day. Mario walking with his little toolbox. Let me get that shot for you. I think I've shown it before. I typed in the first things popping up were all like auto shop repair stuff, but no, we don't want to make this a link. Just save the image. Here it comes. Look at that. What a guy. That is a little... Yeah, that looks like a pretty glossy version of it, but yeah, I'm seeing similar things, so must be the one. Thank you, Mario. All right, guys, you know what? This is fun, man. Let's do this. We're gonna go to the intro. I say we take ourselves a little break. Thank you so much for hanging. We're having a good time already. I love that instruction booklet. And when we get back, let's take a nice break. When we get back, we've got a... I wrote a tough choice here, but I think I've already made up my mind. You tell me who you're taking. Only 2 of them are represented in the picture. I don't know who's on the right, but forget them. It's down to 2, I guess. Only so much space you can fit in a thumbnail. Or almost so much stuff you can... Okay, I'm just going to stop. Let's get a nice break in, guys. That'll be fun. And when we get back, we'll play some Gen 3. Hey, one last reminder. Again, thank you to Zombie Anton. He's the one that made this ROM hack. We're doing Emerald 386, so yeah, check it out. This is his Twitch handle here. Be giving him a shout out. This is the 3rd of his ROM hacks I've played, and I loved them. I've loved them so far. So they tend to stay pretty close to a Game Freak vanilla experience, but in allowing you to get all the Pokemon from that era, you know, from that generation. So we can get all 386 in this game pack if we want to. That's not going to happen, but we could. All right, guys, let's get a break. I'll see you back here in a bit. BRB.
Zoinks!
who's gonna consume this content?
I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear.
What's going on, guys? Welcome. Happy Monday. Good to see you. We're here to play a little Pokemon Emerald. What's up? This is going to be my first full playthrough of this game. I've made it a few gens through many, many years ago. I bought it around the time it launched, or maybe a little after that. Not really intending to play it. And it was just kind of, at that point, it sort of felt like I'd moved on from Pokemon, or kind of a feeling of, I don't know, being too old for it, so to speak. And these days, I feel like I'm too old to have not played these games all the way through. So, yeah, it's going to be a first full playthrough. I don't know what point I made it to, but I know it wasn't more than 3 or 4 gens in, and that was kind of like a pretty disjointed thing. So I'm going to be seeing a lot of stuff that is essentially new to me, you know, or at least haven't seen it in way too long to remember it. I will say this before we dive in. One of the funny things about this game, man, is, you know, I'm having that experience of jumping into a game that means a whole lot to a lot of folks. Like, there's a nostalgia tied into this game. I think especially if you were still still like huge into Pokemon when these games came out, or you were a few years younger and it was kind of like I mean, for some of those folks, this was kind of their big Pokemon, or they remember Gen 3 more so than the previous ones. Whereas for me, so much of it came from just being so excited and so into the original wave of Pokemania. And then that wave kind of subsiding for me, and then eventually kicking up again, but with a couple generations having been missed. So anyway, it's gonna be fun to get into this and play something that a lot of folks have a lot of nostalgia for, but I really don't. You know? I'm stoked. With that being said, this song's good, man. It makes me have nostalgia for a game I haven't really played, so.
No way!
All right, let's play the game, shall we?
But nobody could have expected what was to come.
All right, pivotal decision about to take place there, huh? Cut it off a little early. Let's play our game. We'll see it. Let's go, man. Let's do it. Let me dial in our sound. Sounds okay. I might take it up just one little notch. This is intro. Let's restart it. Listen to sort of how... One of the things that got me is like the beginning of it just sounds so kind of woodsy, acoustic, kind of a natural feel to the very beginning. You know, when you're seeing the dew on those, you know, on the reeds. It's good, man. Here it is. One more time. Still looks great, doesn't it? Thanks, Dustin. Going for a bike ride. Now, there's another like color variant of this, right? That's in the other games, because I found this one that was more like orangish, and it didn't occur to me until later, like, oh, that might be like sapphire and ruby stuff. The big box legendaries. And then big green one's got something to say at the end, you know? It looked good. It looked good. We're cooking now. We're no longer bound to that wonderful, wonderful hardware that was the Game Boy Color. Don't get me wrong. But now we're Pokemon Advanced. Maybe I should listen to that a little bit longer. We'll have our chances. I was recording some footage for like the intro and BRB and stuff, and I recorded it took me a few times to get it right because I would notice something different every time. One of the things I learned right off the bat is, yeah, text speed we can do fast. Everything else is too slow. All right, we're in. That's not Professor Oak. Wait, what? Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Birch, but everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. It's hard to tell. Has he got the full, like, chin strap beard thing going on? This is what we call a Pokemon. In quotes. I think for Anton's ROM hack here, he swapped a different Pokemon in for this one, but I'm not sure. Yeah. What we call a Pokemon. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. We humans live alongside Pokemon, at times as friendly playmates, and at times as cooperative workmates. And sometimes we band together and battle others like us. But despite our closeness, we don't know everything about Pokemon. In fact, there are many, many secrets surrounding Pokemon. To unravel Pokemon mysteries, I've been undertaking research. That's what I do. And you are? Quick, tell me your gender. Yeah, I'm curious what it was, if it was like a static one in Emerald originally. I know that the few times I've started up this ROM hack, I've seen that one. And I don't know the name of that one. Cactus one? Yeah. The Cactar. Alright, so he's asking us, are we a boy or are we a girl? First question. Alright, what's your name? We'll go Parv. Do all caps. Your name's Parv. So it's Parv? Yes. Maybe we should do all caps. Let's start back at the gender. What was that again? Alright. We're going all caps. I want people to scream it. Do, 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 do. Yeah, it's funny how they'll do the lowercase e so they can get the, show the accent. I also love a good, like, seeing the PKMN abbreviation, and that's even in, I think, Gen 1. I think you can even do that in. I think they're, I don't know, I think they, I'm curious. Yeah, I don't know at what point they switched to doing, just like a capital letter for the first one.
This is going to be one of those moments that goes viral.
Maybe I should have exclaimed it. Oh, Puck. That's all. I did that as a kid a couple times. Link! Ah, okay. You're Parv, who's moving to my hometown of Little Root. I get it now. All right, are you ready? Your very own adventure is about to unfold. Look at our next generation clothes here. I think it's kind of funny to watch the fashion of the, like, your Pokemon main characters evolve over the years. It was striking me seeing the Gen 5 stuff recently. I watched this retrospective on White and Black, and it was funny to see those styles, and I felt it was very of the time. This one I remember being like, whoa, they've got like the white, silver hair, whatever. Exactly, Palpuck. See, that's cool to the kids to go gray, you know?
What the
Shh. Your very own adventure is about to unfold. Take courage and leap into the world of Pokemon, where dreams, adventure, and friendships await. Well, I'll be expecting you later. Come see me in my Pokemon lab. It's just one of those like yeah, it's like a sort of gray wig on or yeah, the hat has a giant you know, gray. That's funny. All right, we're gonna need to look at this trainer art here. Yeah, it's just one of those hats that has like a big gray toupee looking thing on top. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna need to know what so what is like that? Is there a colloquial name people use for this generation starter? I know I've heard of May. I guess that's the like name from the anime. I only watched like some of the first season anime stuff, so anything after that is lost on me.
I gotta land on an aircraft carrier. A feat that's impossible.
Parv, we're here, honey. It must be tiring riding with our things in the moving truck. Well, this is Little Root Town. All caps. How do you like it? This is our new home. It has a quaint feel, but it seems to be an easy place to live, don't you think? And you get your own room, Parv. Let's go inside. Hey, look at the tiny little K truck for moving. It's cute. It's a cool way to start these games. Sapphire and Ruby start the same way, right? Inside the I don't think I've ever played those, like had those, yeah, played those in any capacity. Just Emerald, out of Gen 3. Yuki? Oh, or Brendan. Okay, Brendan. Alright, Caden, your Pokemon adventure is about to start. See, Parv, isn't it nice in here too? The movers Pokemon do all the work of moving us in and cleaning up after. This is so convenient. Parv, your room is upstairs. Go check it out, dear. Dad bought you a new clock to mark our move here. Don't forget to set it. All right. Yes, I know, right? It's so and she even said a line like, it's so convenient. Well. Oh, you know what, Nick? I didn't. I only changed the text speed. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, let's do stereo, shall we? Unless it actually takes a dip in quality, but down for that. Don't even worry about it. This Pokemon is hurting so much carrying all this stuff in. Fuck! It's just, oh man.
What the
So sorry I died.
Oh, did I? I was wondering about that. Yeah. Thank you. This one says, Ogo, Ogo, Ogo. I don't know what these are called. Is it like a giant sloth? Slack off? Forget about it. We can play our GameCube. I've only played what set, I guess, right? that one when we played Crystal, and yeah, it was cool. A nice way to yeah, make the game a little harder right off the bat. What time are we at right now? 5:42 in the PM. do 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 do. That's right, Nick. If you don't, their udders start to hurt. Do do do. 5:43. Man, it's funny to think of like a. It's funny to think of somebody being totally lost with this. You know, wait, I need a digital. Can we switch this thing to a digital clock? How do you do this? Slacking. Yeah, and it's just on the ground. Like, okay, yeah, I've seen that one. Do, 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 do. No numbers, right? Good, everything's put away neatly. They finished moving everything in downstairs too. Pokemon movers are so convenient. Oh, you should make sure everything's all there on your desk. Thanks, Mom. All right, we got our Game Boy Advance connected to our GameCube. Life is good. A Miltank burger. Parv flipped open the notebook. Adventure rule number 1, open the menu with start. Adventure rule number 2, record your progress with save. Even though these warnings are given, it's about like once a month on some like retro gaming space that I'm in, I'll see someone like, I've just been using save states or autosave throughout the whole game, and it'll be like a long ass RPG or something. You know, they're playing a classic RPG, and the save file is gone or something screwed up, and they haven't done like a regular save the entire game. Yeah, you gotta discover. You gotta learn some of these lessons yourself, you know. No. Mailbox. No mail yet. Okay. I got a potion in there. Nice. All right. I knew that was in there. I can't lie. I knew it was in there when I played the first 10 minutes of the game the other day. Here we go. A closer look at the Hoenn region map. You are here, Little Root Town. Sweet map, too. I'm kind of curious, you know, sort of. Looks like these two don't really connect, or they might have a sort of go. So, you got this whole section out here. And I'm really curious to see what Zombie Anton did as well to get us all 386. Like, are the Sevi Islands in this or something? Oh, that's cool, Nick. Yeah, no worries, man. That's funny that oh yeah, you got a cardinal. That's cool. So did this one just was it like just coming around or something? It wasn't like sick and you found it and nursing this cardinal back to health. Ichigo, what's up, man? Welcome. It's really nice to just, I don't know, seeing birds in a natural environment is such a, I don't know, it's mesmerizing, man. You can just watch it all day. I feel bad when I jog because there is some pretty good bird watching in some of the spots I go jogging, and there will be some people on the trail, you know, and it's like they're, so, you know, let's say I'm on the right side, they're all the way over to the left side, but looking off to my side in the bushes, you know, and And I'm seeing it from far away, so I know, okay, there's something just off the trail they're looking at. And it's like, what do I do? Do I stop? Do I just run right through it? I don't know. I mean, usually I just run right through it. And then sometimes, sure enough, I see a rustling in the bushes as they fly off or something, man. Wear a bird suit, yeah. Caw! Give him something. It's a different kind of bird watching. Parv, quick, come quickly. Oh, that's cool, Nick. That's awesome, man. Yeah, building up that trust over time, and that's really cool. I'm trying to win over a squirrel that comes around and seems. I wonder if someone feeds this squirrel or something, because it's crawled on like our little screen door a couple times, and all up on the patio and stuff, and it will respond to me like, just doing little calling noises and stuff, and they just make little clicking noises. There's a bunch of crows and stuff in the neighborhood that make those kind of noises, but we've had a couple times that this squirrel is like really it doesn't seem scared, and it seems more interested. I thought I was going to try to crawl. At one point I had the door open for something else, and I thought it was actually going to try to run in for a second, which, I was not ready for that, but yeah. Look, it's Petalburg Gym. Maybe Dad will be on. I think maybe, who knows? Maybe I sounded enough like a crow to... It might get some of the leftovers from these crows that are in the neighborhood. There's a bunch of them. And, I'll see them drop stuff that they're eating kind of often, Summon the squirrels. I know. We brought you this report. Yeah, good point, Palpuck. I noticed that when I got the footage the other day. Yeah, wasn't hearing it this time. This just in, we interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast with this report from in front of Petalburg Gym. Oh, it's over. I think Dad was on, but we missed him. Too bad. Mom's gonna sound really Midwestern. Oh yeah, one of Dad's... That doesn't sound... Whatever. One of Dad's friends lives in town. Professor Birch is his name. Or like Brooklyn, but he lives right next door, so you should go over and introduce yourself. All right, Mom, we're gonna work on your accent. That was all over the place. She's the ever mom. The Uber mom. Ichigo, that's funny. Did you just like get in the front door or something, or coming through a window? So Dad was on TV. We have a confirmed Dad out there somewhere. And Dad is out there training and battling Pokemon, apparently. Your mom's a helicopter parent, won't let you leave. The next game is gonna just be... No, what? Yeah, I love that. I love that, but I'm thinking another way too. Have the kid in the game, he can't leave the house, but he can play the console that's up in his room. And that's how you get to Pokemon. A little bit of a game within a game. And then the kid they don't really leave their house very often in the game, maybe just once or twice. It's mostly consists of you walking around the house with your mom. And then, yeah, you come upstairs and start the game, like Animal Crossing or something. And then yeah, have two sets of like kid sprites so that you get the downsizing one again, like whenever he goes into the game, like at the beginning of these. Oh, come on, get on this, somebody. It is Dustin. All right, I want to talk to the technology guy. If you use a PC, you can store items in Pokemon. The power of science is staggering. I do, Dustin. Yeah, it's... both walk around like that and have a mushroom growing out of my head. Yeah, it's... Once I saw that in Earthbound, I felt like I could finally, you know... I felt seen and heard in video games. I like that Professor Birch is out in the field a lot. That's definitely something different than you know, what you kind of the sense you get from the first two professors, huh? And Birch has got his sandals on. He seems like he's at his best when he's out amongst the Pokemon in their natural habitat. Then again, Oak is I guess at the point that you're meeting Oak, he's already telling you, like, I'm too old. I caught that dialogue. Like, I'm too old to do it. Like, when he gives you the Pokédex. I played a little bit of that the other day on my little emulator. Little handheld. And I'd forgot about that wording of, like, I'm too old. It seems like Professor Birch could spend a little more time at home, huh? He's Exactly, Dustin, yeah. He's the Steve Irwin, yeah. Well, I do get the sense that this is the Florida of the Pokemon world, you know. The Japanese Florida, let's just say. Huh? Professor Birch, the professor's away on field work. Ergo, he isn't here. Oh, let me explain what field work is. It is to study things in... Hold on. It is to study things in the natural environment, like fields and mountains, instead of a laboratory. The professor isn't one for doing desk work. Yeah, he's the type of person who would rather go outside, experience things, than read about them here. He leaves you here to do all the grunt work. What have we got? Talk to the machine. I like how, when you first meet him, he has that, like, huh? Like you're pulling him out of something. I don't remember what it was, but there was some little, you know, his, like, very first line when we talked to him. It's you know, he's, like, looking up, wait, what? Looking up from a file. Who's talking to me right now? It's a serious-looking machine. The professor must use this for research. You'd think so, Pal Puck. I guess that's why you bring a Pokemon with you, so you can deal with all the insect Pokemon that might come around to bite you. That's funny, Dustin. Yeah. It hasn't. The screen hasn't mildewed yet. I wanted to stream this. I wanted to start this game on Friday, and I had a bad migraine, and then was still bugging me on Sunday. I love this music. I love this town theme. Some all-time Pokemon music for me. And so far, I really like what I've heard from listening to the soundtrack, like setting the game up and stuff. And I've been through the whole thing just once, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good. A couple of duds, but you know, to be expected. I know, right, Dustin? Yeah, perfect timing. I was so frustrated, man, because it's, yeah, I don't want to go in, I don't want to be a bummer for too long. Also, dwelling on it, it's going to show up again, but it sucks. It can just be really debilitating. It's like I am now going to have a headache, and that's going to be the only thing I can do is just sit and deal with this headache. And I was like, I couldn't open my eye. I had some bad, like, and I'm hence the starting with the sunglasses today, and I'm trying to use some like kind of red, not red shifted, but some of the like blue light filter stuff on the computer now to help, because I'm pretty sure I had some bad like what do you call it, like glare. And yeah, Saturday night I couldn't open my left eye for like the last 3 hours of the night, and then it's like all the muscles and stuff are spazzing out because I'm wincing, So yeah, bam, migraine kicks in. Sucks.
If you really want to know, you're going to have to pick up the controller and play the game.
This game isn't going to give you a migraine, hopefully. Yeah, Metroid, sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, perfect timing, Dustin. All right, here we go. Migraines aside, let's roll. Let's get past it. Oh, hello, and you are? Just walking into a stranger's house. Oh, you're Parv, our new next-door neighbor. Hi. We have a daughter about the same age as you. Our daughter was excited about making a new friend. She's upstairs, I think. I didn't want to say daughter, daughter, daughter over and over again. Yeah. Some of the dialogue is still very, well, you don't want anyone to miss anything, That's right, Palpuck, yeah. As I said it, I was like, this is not the term I'm going for, and I know what red shifting is in terms of expansion of the universe, but do you already have your own Pokemon? Not yet. Even though we have gray hair. Oh, we got a, what was this color of GameCube? Sort of an orangish color. Do. Dad might like this program. Better get going. Where is Dad? Nobody answered that. I should say too, just I haven't mentioned this actually, but I'm trying to go spoiler free. I know some of this stuff about this game, like with the legendaries and like the map. I guess there being a level of map change at a certain point because the legendaries start running amok. So I know a little bit about it, but yeah, in general, trying to avoid spoilers. Huh? Who are you? She comes up into her bedroom and sees this guy hovering over her Pokeball. Oh, you're Parv. So your move was today. I'm May. Glad to meet you. I have this dream of becoming friends with Pokemon all over the world. You had to click that extra button to see she wasn't talking about friends with you, but friends with Pokemon. I heard about you, Parv, from my dad, Prof. Birch. I was hoping that you would be nice, Parv, and that we could be friends. All right. No, this is silly, isn't it? I've just met you, Parv. Hee. Oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to go help Dad catch some wild Pokemon. Parv, I'll catch you later. She's supposed to help Dad go catch some wild Pokemon. She goes to the computer. Pokemon fully restored, items ready, and... what is she, like, game linking to her dad out there? Man. Just gonna take a nap real quick. Whoop. All right, what can we do here? They do, yeah, definitely. Ralph, I think Pokemon was one of the, for me in the time that it hit, I think it was, like for a couple years, it's just the go-to daydream kind of. It's like in that world of Pokemon, and I always appreciated the crossover to our real world and You know, the way, especially those first couple generations, probably even into this time, you know, the nostalgia can't be taken out of the equation, but man, yeah, it was cool. There was an interesting blur. I think it's what I've come to appreciate, having just played Earthbound as well, of having a game set in a modern time and playing with that, having some fun with weaving a little bit of reality into it. And Earthbound, you know, probably more than these games, but I mean, still, like, it, you know, advances in email and all that other stuff, that's like a big deal throughout the series, or, you know, becomes a story point. Yeah, it does. I think it's, and that's what's cool about these 2D games, man. I think that kids can play these, and man, the game gives so much here for you, but then it leaves a lot to the imagination. But, you know, your kids' imagination, or hopefully an adult's too, could it, you know, it made it feel so big. The Pokeball's gone now. She must have been like, that kid was really, he kept sniffing around this Pokemon ball. I don't know, he's gonna try to steal it. Yeah. They, that's funny, Ralph. Yeah. Is that a common? Yeah. I mean, I guess right. I guess the series has kind of always done something like that, huh? The power. See, that's the power of science. Every generation, a little bit better. They're gonna tell you about it in these games. All right, let's do it. Hi. There are scary Pokemon outside. I can hear their cries. I want to go see what's going on, but I don't have any Pokemon. Can you go see what's happening for me? Rotom phone. Oh yeah, I remember being like, "What is like a? Where did that one first come from?" Maybe Gen 5 or something? I would love another like 2D Pokemon to be made, and then yeah, just kind of backdate it a little bit, you know, have some fun with the, you know, a bit of retro futurism. Hello, you over there, please help. In my bag, there's a Pokeball. We need the Professor Oak story. You know, it's essentially like the prequels in Star Wars, you know? Where are you going? Don't leave me like this. I like that he says that if we get in the grass here, you know, he wants you to go straight to this. Yeah, can't even step on that tile, huh? He zapped 50 soldiers. Do you get like the, you know, I know in some of the previous games, I think you would get like the Pokemon or the Pokédex entry if you did these guys, right? The like if you looked at their name and description. All right, Wood Gecko Trico. Tell me who you got. I think I've already made up my mind. Torchic. Definitely could understand someone thinking Torchic may not have a full right leg or something, or that it's got a little stick behind it or something. You know, I could see that information not coming through. Chick Pokemon, Torchic. Chick Pokemon. You got Dude Pokemon and Chick Pokemon. And Mudfish Pokemon. Mudkip. Professor Birch is right now, you're just hearing these, it's like a Zigzagoon attacking him or something, so you're He's just like, please hurry. You're hearing. You're just really taking your time, getting every entry, you know. Oh, please hurry. Pick up Pokeball. I'm going Mudkip. I think that's, I don't know, out of these three, Metroid said I like Mudkip. Mudkip's a good contender, yeah. Even though I never played these games other than a couple of gyms, I heard of the so you like Mudkips or whatever. I don't know any context or origin for that, but that's not why I'm making that choice. But yeah, I think out of these three, just design-wise, for me, I don't like Torchic. I think Torchic's out right away. Sorry, Torchic. Sorry, Fire Chicken. And it becomes between Trico and Mudkip. But I love a lot of the, like, I don't know, at least in Gens 1 and 2, I always found grass Pokemon in 5 as well. I guess I found grass Pokemon I really liked, and I didn't need the starter to be one, so I'm going Mudkip. Cute little design. Yeah, you know, I don't know the names of like all their evolutions either. I've like barely seen some of the, you know, some of the artwork for it, so. I was actually getting some of this stuff for the for the collage at the end of this stream. I just grabbed some Mudkip stuff, and yeah, I was in the process of that. I grabbed stuff for the other starters too. We'll get to those eventually, but yeah, I was seeing a lot of stuff I didn't know, including one or two of the gifts had them like going through their evolutions, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I've seen, you know, I might have seen like the ultimate form, but not known what it was, or you know. So starting with the Zigzagoon, something from Gen 2. So you're defeating like what was in the previous generation something new. You're having to use a new Pokemon to beat it. I'm just kind of thinking of the Baton Pass. I guess you can't say that with this series, huh? But yeah, I don't know, the passing of the baton between Gens 2 and 3. Blaziken, yeah, that's the, like, fighting, that's the ultimate form, huh? Third form of Torchic. I don't know what the middle one is. Or Pine Sol. In the first gens, yeah. Not in this one. Is it worth losing the battle? Whew. Yeah, does he just get eaten? They made that battle even easier than like fighting, you know, your rival in Gen 1, huh? You know. On a new slide. There goes the starter. I guess that kills the run, I suppose. You'd have to intentionally throw it. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, red and blue can come down to some luck, you know, if your enemy crits a time or two, you're done for. I was in the tall grass studying wild Pokemon when I was jumped. You saved me. Thanks a lot. Oh? Hi, you're Parv. This is not the place to chat, so come to my Pokemon lab later, okay? Like, oh, it's the neighbor kid. So, Parv. I like his sprite, too. He looks a little disheveled with the hair. I can empathize. Wait, what can I do? Then you gotta do the squat. You just saw a Zigzagoon and running right at him. So, Parv, I've heard so much about you from your father. I've heard that you don't have your own Pokemon yet. I'd love to step in as your father figure and give you a Pokemon. The way you battled earlier, you pulled it off with a plum. I guess you have your father's blood in your veins after all. Yeah, it's kind of funny when you lose that first battle, isn't it? Oh yes, as thanks for rescuing me, I'd like you to have the Pokemon you used earlier. Parv received the Mudkip. While you're at it, why not give a nickname to that Mudkip? I'm almost afraid to give some of these names because I won't learn what they are, with some of them being unfamiliar to me. Let's see, what are we gonna call you? Mudder. Tough Mudder. I'll mortalize you. Hello, Mudder. Hello, Fada. Alright. Tough Mudder. Yeah, we could do Tough Mudder. He likes a good, social, yes, you know, social exercise challenge, like tough mudding or Mudder F. Yeah, I thought that, Dustin, yeah. Yeah, whoops. Go back. How do you go back? B button. Man, I should have considered this before I started. We're gonna be on this screen for 20 minutes, guys. Puddle of Mud. My favorite band.
Give me a hell yeah!
Dude, it is. It's like it is. It may be even more important than naming your child, honestly. Arguably more important. Did I miss it, Palpuck? Oh, the what can we do? What are we gonna name him? Mr. Mud. I like Mr. Mud. And we could even like spell that out. Mr. Mud. Perfect. And it is okay. What's funny is I don't think I'd even clocked the you know, that it has the gender icon there. I hadn't seen that. I was already ready to call it a Mr. You know what? I think I'm gonna roll with Mr. Mud. With this being the starter, I'm gonna name this one. Some of the others will. I'd like to open it up to you guys and help me fill out these nicknames. If you work at Pokemon and gain experience, I think you'll make an extremely good trainer. My kid, May, is also studying Pokemon while helping me out. Parv, don't you think it might be a good idea to see May?
No, man.
Great.
Shit, no, man.
May should be happy too. Get May to teach you what it means to be a trainer. I'm way too busy here. May, gone home, I think. Or maybe that kid's scrabbling around in the tall grass again somewhere. If you or your Pokemon get tired, you should get some rest at home. So already we have May kind of, you know, she mentioned she wanted to be friends with us, so she's already a much nicer rival than the previous two generations. She's not, we didn't catch her in the act of stealing, like spying on a laboratory and then breaking in to steal a Pokemon. She didn't like cut in line to get the Pokemon that was going to be for us, like the rival has done before. or selected one that was going to be the, well, I guess she'll probably have the opposite of us. We'll see. You got to be delicate about the beginning of these games, huh? I kind of wonder how much time, effort, you know, thought goes into that. Because you want to create a feeling of coming home for brand new players, and then of course people coming through with a truckload of nostalgia from having played this game before. You want them to get that feeling too. Let's go say hi to May. Nope, she's gone. Yeah, he mentioned she might be out in the grass. I like the town popping up. You know, I never played Crystal, so until recently. As a kid, I had Silver. And yeah, just having the town name pop up is such a nice touch. A cool little quality of life improvement. I guess Crystal is maybe when they added that, I think. All right, we're out of our hometown now on Route 101. How are we doing on time? I'm going to play for a little bit, and then I might need to get another break in. Wild Pokemon will jump out at you in tall grass. If you want to catch Pokemon, you have to go into the tall grass and search. I wouldn't want to, Mr. Mud. Mr. Mado. On the road again. Alright, this is when someone takes a look at my Mudkip and tells me how bad the, its stats are. I have no way of knowing. I don't know how that works. My Mudkip is in the bottom 20th percentile. You're right, Ralph. Don't want to forget those all-important adventure rules number 1 and 2. Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to just restart this game until we get a shiny starter. Yeah, Powpuck, I don't know. Does maybe a later version gets that or something. Yeah, just water right out the gate, huh? Ups water moves in a pinch. No Pokédex yet. Guess we need to go find May. I like Wooper. I was trying to think of that Pokemon, Wooper's name earlier today. I saw something with Wooper and Quagsire, I think, or Quagmire. Quagsire? Wurmple? With a butt mouth? Okay, here we go. No Pokeballs, right? Man, it is a big... It does look great, you know, going from... I love the sprites in Gen 2. We played Crystal maybe a year or two ago, and yeah. Definitely feels like Pokemon Advanced. We just have the potion, I think. Yeah, no balls.
Dang it, Bobby.
Alright, there you go, Wurmple. Almost got us to the next level. I really like the sprite though, it's cute. The one for May's pretty sweet too. Wow, just such a short... Such a short little section there, huh? I guess we haven't jumped down and read that sign yet. Yeah. Bam, just like that, you're in the next town. Oldale. Old Ale. The keg's on its third day. Old Ale. Pokemon Centers are great. You can use their services as much as you like, and it's all for free. This is when our character stops this NPC for a long lecture on no such thing as free. Somebody's paying for it. You never have to worry. Yeah. They seem to be state funded. I would imagine it seems as if Pokemon have been built into every facet of the economy and the infrastructure of these regions. So I would think that they're state funded. There's just the power of the private market in here in Hoenn. It's competition. It was competition, and the cream rising to the top. That gave us Pokemon Centers. They're very alike in every town, and same logos. Yeah. You know, it's probably been done, some huge study, but it only got like published as a Japanese coffee book table, or coffee table book. That's what I'm going for. We healed our one Pokemon. It'll cost you $140 to get it sent over here, too, if you want a copy of it for yourself. Wireless Club is undergoing adjustments now. Okay, we're really just taking our time. Maybe I should get a little break here, and then when we get back from that break, we can explore more of Oldale Town. I think I've seen that town name before and read it as Oildale every time, yeah. You know, a coffee book table. When Pokemon battle, they eventually level up and become stronger. The Pokemon with you become stronger, you'll be able to go farther away from here. That's funny. That explanation, you know? It makes me think of Dragon Quest and, you know, like the gameplay loop of, yeah, grinding to get money, to buy items and armor to get you to that next town to do the same thing, you know, or get you through that dungeon. Mom might like this program. We'll never know what the program is, though. What is Mom watching? Some Sally, Jesse, Raphael. Let me look up some like daytime 2004. Wait, when did Sapphire come out? Maybe 2003. I was gonna look up like some daytime television internationally in 2003. We'll go with 2003. Yeah, we're doing a little self-insert here, you know. 2003. Daytime TV. Oh, what was our most popular stuff? Top-rated United States television programs of 2003 and 4. All right, now we're cooking. Let me get this to where you guys can see it. Yep. Yeah, you're starting to get big into reality TV at that point. CSI Crime Scene Investigation. All right. Oh, man, the more things change, huh? CSI Crime Scene Investigation. Before you added a bunch of cities onto the end there. American Idol. Airing on Tuesday and Wednesday, damn. Friends is still rolling? New episodes of Friends, huh? It went till 2004. I didn't realize it went that long. The Apprentice, ER, Survivor, CSI Miami. No, you do have some you got, wow. What a year, man. You got, how lucky to have only had CSI Crime Scene Investigation and CSI Miami. And not 1,000 other ones, too. Monday Night Football. Heck yeah. Not unique to 2003. Mom's catching everybody loves Raymond. Yeah. You know what's crazy? My wife and I were talking about this recently, Pal Puck, and how like it is interesting around this time, some of the media personalities, they're in their second like heyday at this point, or like, you know what I mean? It's really bizarre. A lot of these weird, you know, kind of like, I don't know. Well, I mean, of course, this is one of the big ones here, The Apprentice, among others, but we had a couple other examples too of the time, but seeing them all go on each other's shows and stuff, seeing clips from like The Soup, and you've got Billy Bush on, was it like Access Hollywood or TMZ? I think maybe Access Hollywood or something, but you know, like there were a lot of, it's funny because, some of the like, you know, what's his name? Dr. Oz, all these others that, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's like a lot of cabinet members or like members or folks who have been part of the Trump apparatus on the like pop cultural side for years. Yeah, they were on TV at this time. It's very strange. Survivor, CSI Miami. Oh shit. Yeah, I saw that earlier. My Big Fat Obnoxious Fiance. Ooh. How long did that last? January 2004 to February 2004. Look at that. A month and 2 days. Oh, 2.5 men. Okay, I gotta get out of this. I'm sorry. We've taken a left turn. Crossing Jordan. 60 Minutes Cold Case. Man, TV sucked then, too. You know, man. King of Queens. God. It's, yeah, okay, all right. It's funny, man. Just some of these, like, some of the sitcoms and stuff. Will and Grace. All right, I'm out of here. That's it. What's Mom watching? Mom is watching, she's watching 60 Minutes. And, sure, let's see. Mom's watching, she's catching a little bit of American Idol. That's what Mom's watching on the TV. We answered the question. Let's move on. Right, Palpuck, yeah. Or maybe something where they get to say you're fired, or, you know. You've been let go by the company. You've been immediately terminated. All right, guys, let's take a little break. We'll have an idea where you guys pitch video games to me, and I just sit back, and it's just like me and several of my friends and associates just leaning back in chairs, listening to game pitches, and you know, it'd just be not, yeah, you just someone's life work. You're just like, nope, you're out of here, you're gone. All right, guys, thanks for joining. Happy Monday. We're gonna take a break, and when we get back, the tough choice has been made, thankfully. So yeah, when we get back, we're gonna work our way through Old Dale Town. This is fun. Thank you guys for hanging. That's right, Rob. All right, guys, let's get a break. BRB.
Video game trauma.
gamers, Pokemaniacs, everybody, what's up, guys? Happy Monday. Welcome, how you doing? Welcome to the swirling vortex that is Pokemon Emerald 386. This is a ROM hack that we're playing, done by Zombie Anton here. Check him out on Twitch. This is our third of his ROM hacks we've played here on this channel. We did Yellow 151 was the first of those. I always had to think about the numbers. Yeah, Yellow 151, Crystal 251, and now this is Emerald 386. He actually just finished one and put it out like less than a week ago for Fire Red as well, if that interests you. It's Fire Red 386, so pretty sweet. We'll talk a lot about those hacks as we go through this, but yeah, check out Zombie Anton. And thanks again for putting these hacks together. The kind of elevator speech on each of these is that he's got some pretty clever ways of helping you fill the Pokédex out for that generation. So that's why it's 386 here. I didn't realize that there were that many at this point, but yeah, that means that they're all here in this game pack, and not just by way of like catching them at level 1 or just everybody just lining up to trade you a bunch of stuff. So, you know, some ROM hacks get a bit corny with that, or just, you know, sort of away from kind of a Game Freak spirit. And I think he does a good job of any of the content that's added. It's usually done, well, not usually, it's done very well and with a light enough touch to give it a vanilla feel, but yeah, it's sort of in the voice of Game Freak. Nothing ever felt out of place, so. I will say, with this being my first full playthrough through Emerald, one of the things is I might not be able to tell what all is, like, you know, different. What's new? You know, what's new via the ROM hack versus like what was in Emerald originally, because I don't know the game that well. I just discovered the footprints of a rare Pokemon. Is this Charon here? Wait until I finish sketching them, okay? Oh. Ah, wait! Please don't. He just told me, too. Just discovered the footprints of a rare Pokemon. Wait until I finish sketching them. Alright. We've got a guy that needs to get his sketch in. He's blocking our path. Good stuff. Oh, the tour. Hi, I work at a Pokemon Mart. Can I get you to come with me? This is a Pokemon Mart. Just look for our blue roof. We sell a variety of goods, including balls for catching Pokemon. Here, I'd like you to have this as a promotional item. Oh, nice. Potion can be used anytime, so it's even more useful than a Pokemon Center in certain situations. Yeah, well, I think if I could make a Pokemon Center appear out of thin air, that would be more useful than a potion. But I get what you're saying. I want to take a rest, so I'm saving my progress. But if I had the access to both a potion and a Pokemon Mart right there, come on, we know what I'm doing. I'm walking through that glass door. I'm walking through the door, shattering it, and I'm coming in and I'm buying as many as I need. Even better if it's a Pokemon Center, I guess, which for half a second I think I was leaning more towards. Alright, let's get a couple of potions. I don't want to get caught out there. We're gonna need some balls too, but so let's save some money, I suppose. We'll come back. We'll buy some stuff later. Quit! Okay.
Hey, I'm the guy who makes 7-Up.
All right, what can we get? Anything else to do in this town? First gym, perhaps? Don't step on the flowers, man. Come on. Where things start off scarce. We haven't saved either. Maybe we should do that. Alright, we're all saved up. Got a helicopter flying overhead. When a Pokemon battle starts, the one at the left of the list goes out first. So when you get more Pokemon in your party, try switching around the order of your Pokemon. It could give you an advantage. You know, lady, I never thought about that. Let's switch our order right now. I love the little icon for, look at that. For Mr. Mud. Just hopping around. Mr. Mud, a Mudkip. Of a rash nature. Guess not much to do in this town other than head north. I suppose we've had our, I thought it was going to be a town tour, but no, she just took us to the store. Next route. My Pokemon is staggeringly tired. I should have bought a potion. I don't think they had them at the mart, Palpuck. I'm questioning it now, but I don't think they had it. Maybe it's a little bit later. I don't know. I'll go back. Questioning my sanity. Yeah, I think I was just seeing potions and antidotes and stuff, yeah. She mentioned potions. Let me see. And then in the tour mentioned that as well, but yeah, when we got to the store, you couldn't. Let's double check. I don't think I saw it, but yeah, no balls. Darn.
I'm pissed now.
That lady was saying we could get a Pokemon ball. She was saying we could get Pokeballs here. What's the deal? Oh, now you only want to talk potions. Okay, alright. Yeah, they're gonna make us go a little bit further. Excuse me, in the store tour, I'm pretty sure you mentioned something about Pokeballs. We don't have a Pokédex to film the whole interaction. You probably need a Rotodim or Rotodex. What is it? Let's see. The Pokemon found on Route 103 include. Oh, hi, Parv. Oh, I see. My dad gave you a Pokemon as a gift. Yay, we found May. Since we're here, let's have a quick battle. I'll give you a taste of what being a trainer is like. Uh-oh.
Like, what was she thinking?
This is like happy Pokemon battle. Ah. Bad hair day. Trico, what are you doing? Of course she's got a Trico. Would have liked to have been full health for this one, but that's... I guess we do have a potion. I can make you miss. Doesn't that lower accuracy? Okay. Probably should have used a growl or something too. We'll pop a potion. I don't want to lose this fight. You missed, Trico. Too bad I can't name her starter. Pop up. Bo Trico fainted. Alright, 69 experience points. Now we're level 7. Easy enough. We defeated PKM then Trainer May. Her sprite is kind of just... it's almost like she just told a joke and they're, you know, she's waiting on the... what do you think? Eh? Wow, that's great. Parv, you're pretty good. You've got 300 Pokebucks for winning. I think I know why my dad has an eye out for you now. I mean, you just got that Pokemon. You just got that Pokemon, but it already likes you. You might be able to befriend any kind of Pokemon easily. Well, it's time to head back to the lab. Alright, goodbye, May.
But before you leave,
Neighbors yelling.
I wanna be the very best.
Alright. Do. Environmental hazards while I try to stream. Alright, so we met May. Now we can probably... you know, advance, or... Is that kid gonna be done drawing the Pokemon now? Okay, I guess we're, I better be careful here. We might be kind of close to death. Oh, we're alright. Surf. I'm staggeringly tired.
Good night, everybody. Thanks a lot.
I want to catch this dog Pokemon, but I have no balls.
See you next time.
Don't let this thing kill you. We'll have plenty of time to level up. Alright, here we go. Kill. I said, I mentioned that when my niece and nephew came out to visit, they actually deleted my... I let my nephew delete the Pokemon Emerald file I had, because I only made it like a few gems in, and that was many, many years ago. The file didn't really mean anything to me, so sure, go for it. You know, it's probably good. You're gonna need something on this trip to every now and then, you know, to help you get through it. But yeah, at one point I said something about a Pokemon dying or getting killed, and you know, my nephew made sure to be like, well, Pokemon just faint, they don't die. And in that moment, it took everything I have in my you know, all the work, so to speak, of like learning to write, you know, calm yourself, not overreact to things. And you know, Uncle Ben wanted to go on a... Alright kids, sit down. We need to talk about a little something called Pokemania. Alright, your Uncle Ben got in on the ground floor. He was reading Nintendo Power. And the lead up to the... We're talking the hype. In the lead up to the release of it in North America, alright? You don't need to tell me that. But of course, you know, I love these kids, and it's not like that, you know. I decided to just say, I know, you know. think you got the picture. Do, 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 do. Yeah, we got Nurse Joy. A Nurse Joy lookalike. Or maybe one of her sisters or cousins or something. Do, do, do. Kid don't know. Yeah. You know what's funny is that he's without before he would have ever gotten to Lavender Town in the game, he'd probably already seen like a few Pokemon retrospectives about just like telling the entire story of the first few gens. Nothing for me up here. Except a good time riding up and down the escalator. Alright, Mr. Mud. Yeah, there aren't they all don't they mention there's a running gag, right? Or is it with the officer? But there's like that in each town there's not seeing the original one, but a cousin or something. That's a running gag in the first season. I don't know if it's nurse or officer.
Which Johto starter are you choosing?
Both, yeah. All of the above. Parv, over here. Let's hurry home. Okay, we're gonna get a Pokédex, huh? Damn, she left us in her dust. This kid lurking in the bushes. Yeah. And yeah, in their anime, you know, of course they're like indistinguishable in the anime too, right? Just like the same, a way to get a recurring character, even though these kids are traveling. Oh, hi, Parv. I heard you beat May on your first try. That's excellent. May's been helping with my research for a long time. I got it. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of all caps. We can't scream every one of them, can we? May has an extensive history as a trainer already. Here, Parv, I ordered this for my research, but I think you should have this Pokédex. Whoa. What a selfless guy. He ordered it for his own research, but he's given it to us.
Charizard.
Yeah, right. It's funny to think, you know, I think, you know, if with the games being kind of source material and stuff, it's funny to think of some folks, to me, coming to Pokemon through other means first, because, you know, I think I'm playing the game before I ever saw an episode of the anime, but my kid May goes everywhere with it. Whenever my kid catches a rare Pokemon and records its data in the Pokédex, why, May looks for me while I'm out doing field work and shows me. Oh wow, Parv, you got a Pokédex too. That's great, just like me. I've got something for you too. Obtain the Pokéballs. This sentence is a good one for why I don't want to... I gotta drop the gag of screaming every all caps thing we come across and save it for the good ones. Parv put away the Pokéballs. Sorry, Pokéballs in the Pokéballs pocket. It's fun if you can get a lot of Pokemon. It's fun if you can get a lot of them. They no more catching them all.
Which Johto starter?
I'm gonna look all over the place because I want different Pokemon. If I find any cute Pokemon, I'll catch them with Pokeballs.
Cyndaquil? Totodile. Well, how do you pronounce that? Totodile?
Do 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 Put these Pokeballs in your item sack. Arg, I'm getting the itch to get out and do field work again. Pokeballs pocket. Yeah. Well, yeah. Now, I guess in another universe, it's Capsule Monsters or Kapumon.
I don't need any amateurs teaching me how to train Pokemon.
You hear that, May? Do. All right. We're off to a good start. May is nice. We have a nice rival, officially. Who knows? Maybe she'll be corrupted over the course of the game and then be a evil last boss. Don't think that's happening. Oh, hey, Kev, what's up? I sorry, I saw you earlier and I meant to say something, but I was sorry. I think I was mid-rant. How you doing? Happy Monday. Yeah, I went with Mudkip. Torchic, to me, it's, I don't know, not interested right off the bat. Just looking at those 3 Pokemon, not knowing a lot about the evolutions. Seen them, but not that familiar with it. And, oh yeah, Torchic's out. Trico and Mudkip, I think. It's between those 2, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna get through the game, I think, and, you know, once I'm getting towards the end or something, I can get a feel for like what, or you know, I don't know what's post game either. We're doing a special hack version of this that lets you get all 386 Pokemon in this version. We're doing Pokemon Emerald 386 is the title, so we will see some stuff that wouldn't be in just a vanilla Emerald run. I'm really stoked to see what that is. So yeah. Yeah. I need like a hotkey to just do this shout out there. Help me pop up some graphics. All right, Mom is stopping us from leaving once again. Parv, did you introduce yourself to Prof. Birch? Oh, what an adorable Pokemon. You got it from Professor Birch? How nice. Thanks, Mom. This is cute, too. I see the resemblance. Even though she says, you're your father's child, all right. Hey, Mom, I was just saying I see the resemblance. You're your father's child, all right. You look good together with Pokemon. Here, honey, if you're going out on an adventure, wear these running shoes. They'll put a zip in your step. Parv switched shoes with the running shoes. You know that he's like, Mom, like right here, you know. She's like, yeah, come on, I got the shoes. Come on, off with your shoes. Let's go. Come on. Oh, Mom. Parv, these shoes came with instructions. Press the B button while wearing these running shoes to run extra fast. Man, I love when shoes come with directions. Slip on these running shoes and race in the great outdoors. I should have used the poo monster, Dustin. You're right. Your Anton, the drawing that Zombie Anton did for you, it's a good one. Inspired by Master Belch from Earthbound. A different bodily function, though. Come on now. You don't look like a zombified pile of crap. Come on. To think that you have your very own Pokemon now. Your father will be overjoyed. But please be careful. If anything happens, you can come home. Go on. Go get him, honey. Go on. Go get him, honey. Thanks, Mom.
I got it!
Yeah, I don't know. Right. What, is there a difference in the sprite with the shoes, too? I think so. Am I crazy? I feel like there's... Did we always have the little green dot at the bottom there? Just above the, like, shadow, or, you know, I don't know what that is. Good sprite art. One of the man, it's a bit surreal playing this because I did play a good amount of Fire Red, Leaf Green. Like I beat those maybe twice back when they came out, but I didn't play anything from Gen 3. And later I just did the first few dungeons. Or yeah, any of the like 3 Hoenn games, I should say. Yeah. Yeah, what kind of shoes are we working with here? I hope that this came from some research. What shoe inspired Brendan? Question mark. Still need some Pokeballs. We got 5 now. That's right. Silly me. I'm just talking. We'll get a Wurmple. We don't have it yet. Might as well, huh? So right off the bat, just going from Gen 2 to Gen 3, you know, you notice how much... the organization of the bag and stuff is so much better than what you have in the previous gens. Alright, Wurmple, a worm Pokemon. 1 foot tall. 7.9 pounds. It sticks to tree branches and eats leaves. The thread it spits from its mouth, which becomes gooey when it touches air, slows the movement of its foes.
Who invented that thing?
Number 265. Wow. Give a nickname to the captured Wurmple? Yes. I had some pumps. I actually had, yeah, I had everything except the color-changing Converse. Yeah, I had the LA Lights at one point, and I feel like that was kind of peak shoe. For a lot of us, maybe that was sort of peak sneakerhead days. Alright, this music. It's back. Alright, I'm gonna stick with Wurmple. You know what? We're sticking with Wurmple. I don't know some of the names of these, so... I want that dog. So you have the, it's interesting, I was just thinking about kind of how they stage that first fight, you know, when you choose your Pokemon, and it's a Zigzagoon attacking Professor Birch. You use a Gen 3 Pokemon, something new, to save him against something introduced in the last game. Because I guess, you know, maybe someone would think, like, why would they put, like, I guess this is new to this gen, right? You could pick another Pokemon to attack Birch, but consider the symbolism of using a new Pokemon to defeat something from the previous gen. A Bite Pokemon, 1 foot 8 inches, 30 pounds. It savagely threatens foes with bared fangs. It chases after fleeing targets tenaciously. It turns tail and runs, however, if the foe strikes back. Alright. All bark and a little bit of bite. It's cute. Oh, we have another one. Yep. Run away. And how much danger was Professor Birch, too? I gotta think this guy, He's out there in the field a lot, or at least they've led me to believe. And now that I think about it, you know, this guy got jumped. Really just kind of, he barely left town, huh? And he gets jumped. Must have knocked him out pretty good for a little bit, you know? He's... Alright, he's done sketching. Only my own footprints. Oh, cool. I was seeing some good stuff up here, right? Didn't we see? Let's do another quick walk. We'll take a left back where that guy is, of course. But let's see what else we can get. Wingull. I like the design of it with the stripes on the wings there. I'm so hoarse. Just hoarse enough I can still talk, but then I go to hum or sing a little bit under the breath. It ain't there. It's not there. You know, before we go, I should get just a couple of minutes in to show you guys this. This is old hat, I'm sure, to a lot of you, but maybe you've seen or played the. It's basically Pokemon Yellow, but like kind of a cross between the first few gens. Essentially, the story of Pokemon Yellow on Famicom or NES, and I'll pull it up for you guys. It's really interesting. It seems to be like a somewhat faithful remake, but like I said, they mix in some other elements of the other games. The fact that it plays on Famicom is crazy, and I know that there are carts out there sold for this as well. But yeah, it was made by the same like Chinese dev that did a Final Fantasy VII remake for the Famicom NES. Oh, there goes my mouse, and the battery went flying.
Pika pika.
Okay, well, I need to find the bottom of this, This thing explodes upon contact just a couple of feet off the ground here. Every time. The back goes flying. Oh, I don't know where the back went. Can I do anything? Okay. I can't hit a button. I don't think I can. No, I can't. Oh, man. Guys, give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. BRB. Can I click on this? No, I can't click on OBS. I'm stuck. No, nothing works. This is hilarious. I've softlocked myself. I don't know where the back went. I can't see it. Oh, that's funny, Red. Okay. And I really can't hit a button. No. See it now. We have mouse. Good stuff. I should, Palpuck. Yeah, honestly. That would help. That'd help me keep up with this thing. All right, here we go. Wingull. It makes its nest on a sheer cliff at the edge of the sea. It has trouble keeping its wings flapping in flight. Instead, it soars on updrafts. I can picture that. Looks good for that. You know what? I'm keeping some of these names original, I think, because I don't know these Pokemon that well.
I just want to go home and play Pokemon.
Another hyena? What is the... Like, I get that we're combining, you know, Pooch with hyena, but this is one of the more, like, they just kind of roll straight through this one, huh? This is not the best Pokemon name. Yeah, well, you know, hints that the comment about tying it around the neck. Yeah, okay. I get you now. Did we get an evolved form? Mr. Mud, you know, you don't really need any more experience. You can spread that around a bit, but... Alright, there we go. Alright. Wish we could surf. That's coming later. So what do we do at this point? It's head left. Maybe you get to the next town, get a first gym or something. You know what? I don't want to overlevel you, Mr. Mud. Let's go heal up and get some other Pokemon in on the action. I can't stay for too long. I'm gonna play a little bit longer. Let's see what's up. Just beyond where our buddy was doing his sketch of his own footprint. Happens all the time, you know. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. She's dressed as Hulk Hogan or something. She's got a nice yellow and red color scheme going on. Probably not. Probably not at all. I want to spread some around with my other Pokemon. Get somebody else in on the action too. Water and flying. I would say I did, well, I'm kind of curious, like, when you guys played as kids, how much grinding you did, because I remember doing some and, like, at a certain point realizing I wasn't going to be able to brute strength whatever my favorite attacks were, and if I didn't have the type advantage I was looking for or something, you know, the other way to brute strength is via experience, so, you know, being a higher level. So, I do remember, doing some grinding. Leveled up to a Charizard before Misty. Yeah, that's funny. Hey, it'll be a... Did Starmie still beat it after that? I'm gonna catch a whole bunch of Pokemon. If you have Pokemon with you, then you're an official Pokemon trainer. You can't say no to my challenge. Yeah, Powpuck, I did some this last playthrough as well. Because I wanted to switch through teams a couple times, especially, you know, since a lot of those trainers when you get to Kanto, you may be like way over leveled. Or going, it can basically help you just like sweep through a lot of that stuff so fast. So yeah, it can be nice to switch teams around that point, or mix it up as you go through. I think one of the things about these games that's fun when you don't know a lot about them, and yet it, you know, I think these days I'd find it probably like a little bit paralyzing, but you know, there's a little bit of just go for it, you know, and some good lessons to be learned. Like, you can still beat the game even if you didn't always have the best team lineup. Maybe you stayed loyal to some Pokemon you caught kind of early that you just was like, oh, this, you know, you can stay, you know. I meant to get another Pokemon in, but that's okay. You know, like, I remember keeping, you know, just some, in both Gens 1 and 2, keeping some of those Pokemon you might get in the first third of the game or something, and at a certain point I was curious what else there was out there, but, you know, I never like, I would typically beat those games, do the stuff that you, some of the biggest stuff you could do in the post-game, in Gen 2's instance, and then that was it. I never stuck around long enough to like catch them all, or I think this last playthrough of Crystal I really enjoyed, partially, well, in part because we took our time with it, and I realized how good a game it is to just live in for a while, check in on, you know. But, you know, before there were daily objectives and things you had to do to, you know, stay up to date on your live service game. You know, you had the proto live service that was Pokemon Crystal. Yeah. It does, Palpuck, yeah. Well, and you know, and one of the things that I always come back to with these games is that they really do hit you over the head with the concept of different people engage with Pokemon in different ways, and that's okay. I think that's like kind of one of the core messages that you get in the games, and from the little bit of the anime that I've seen, you know, and like, I mean, they really hit you over the head with that message in terms of like, each game has like some, you know, some cutesy stuff where someone's saying like, oh, I really love cute Pokemon, or I love this one and I don't want to evolve it, or, you know, there's all these, like, I forgot to switch again, but you know, there's a lot of instances like that in these games where they tell you that it's okay to engage with Pokemon, be into the games or other media, you know, whatever works for you, I guess. And, you know, you get these like scolding lectures in a lot of the games too, for the folks who are too focused on power over everything else in the game. So yeah, it's sort of built into the whole thing, huh? Which that's very convenient in terms of marketing. You know, there's a draw for everybody, or I think since the beginning there's kind of been a pushback in the official media against what of course is going to happen in like forums and elsewhere, competition, where, you know, people get into min-maxing and, you know, I wonder, Palpuck, but I guess it is kind of cool that you can do that playthrough, not even just Pokemon Yellow, but, you know, I'm sure other people have had a Pikachu, they've gone all the way through the game, you know, that's there for you if you want to do it. But yeah, I think, and with this series, you can kind of ask those sort of questions all the way down, like, this Pokemon I have at my party, if there is a better version out there, or a better Pokemon out there for this utility or whatever, do I have to go get it? To some gamers, that answer is absolutely yes. I need to have it. I need to have it for the storyline. I need to get it as soon as I can get it, or whatever, you know. You don't have... Of course, you could just keep that one around, the subpar one, or the one that's not as good, because maybe you like it. Maybe you don't want to go through the hassle of, like, leveling up another Pokemon. And I think the games are easy enough to let you do that. It's funny because I remember as a kid wondering if you'd be able to use the Thunderstone, evolve Pikachu, but they wouldn't let you do it. I'll say this: I thought Pikachu was like way more rare than they were as a kid, because I had Pokemon Red. I never saw it in the forest. Dude, sorry, streamer brain. Yeah, I don't, you know, it's not like it's that rare, but as a kid, I made it through that forest without seeing one, pretty sure, and so I was sort of led to believe that they were more rare than they truly are. Dude, Vermilion Forest? No.
Mind your own business.
Yeah, right. You probably do need to search around a bit. At least I remember doing that in like replays. I don't know much about Wurmple. Let's get you in, Wurmple. I'm not very tall, so I sink right into tall grass. The grass goes up my nose and... Watch you! Didn't know where we were going with the fluff. Did you just become a trainer? We're both beginners. I love that sound. It's really sweet, like that, you know, anytime they had the Pokeballs coming up on the screen, and just... It's good sound engineering. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a better place to find them, which I guess you could even miss that power... No, you have to go to the power plant. I think, right? Hey, what's up, Tater? What's going on, man? It's going well. We are playing some Pokemon Emerald, my first full time through this game. At least, well, I say I hope. We're gonna do it. We're gonna play through it. Yeah, man. How you doing? Happy Monday. Welcome. Shh. Okay. What's up, man? How you doing? Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to winding down myself. Probably gonna be wrapping it up soon. Feels good to... I have a little bit of a headache coming in, but yeah, man, I've been in the migraine zone. I know you deal with them too, so... Everybody around here gets migraines. Our, just call this the migraine meetings. The zone. You did great, Wurmple. I think I'll get to the other side of this city, or other side of this, you know, little route here, and then we'll probably wrap it up. I might see if I can pull up that Pokemon Yellow for NES. It's a trip. You're about to get killed. I like Wingulls, like, yeah, the back sprite here. You're ready to come up and kick some ass. It does, Palpuck, yeah. It's... And I like the old sprites for Pikachu as well. as you know, that they would, of course, not. Pikachu got changed quite a bit over the years. Had a nice little chubbiness to him early on. Even crazier in the, like, you know, Pokemon Red and Green. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks. Hey, Pinky Fun. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. Thanks for the lurk and happy Monday. I've been looking forward to this playthrough, so here we are. Yeah, it feels good to see the words Mr. Mud pop up in the chat, you know? Gotta be honest.
The Game Master.
I got it. I liked Rime of the Ancient Mariner, and I haven't read it in many years. The center cannot hold. Yeah, of course, yeah. Welcome. Should I call you Pinky Fun now? Yeah. I wanted to ask, I should mention this. I know you had said you were going to be doing a presentation, and I wasn't able to do much this weekend, watch streams much. I was feeling pretty crappy, but I was thinking that might have been this weekend. And maybe the presentation was you watching the Game Awards, but yeah, I couldn't remember. I know you had mentioned doing like a slideshow, I believe. I'm curious if I missed that. Sounds like a VOD I need to catch. 2 orange berries. Nice. Wow, fuck. Soil returned to its soft and loamy state. Oh, that's a great word. Loamy. You found 2 Pecha berries. Pet your ass, we did. That's okay. Oh, okay. No there was a presentation on Saturday. Okay, cool. Games of the Year. Very cool. Well, if the VOD is still up, I'd love to check that out, and everybody else listening should too. Yeah. I'm sad I missed it. I did, Palpuck. Do we have any more birds we can name rhyme? I'm second guessing the nicknames because I don't know these Pokemon. I don't know their names that well. But then again, if I have them, I'm gonna know it, right? Okay, a couple more trainers along the way, potentially. We look like we could use a healing. Although Mr. Mud and Wingull can get us through it. I'm gonna keep winning and aim to be the best trainer. Help me further my career. I think I'm pretty sure this one has it. Something I was seeing, one of those soft locking videos mentioned oh no, that was the move deleter. There's probably a name. Oh, sorry, Womple. Goodbye. Name deleter. Hit him with that water gun. We'll wrap this up in a second. I'm getting kind of tired. Yeah. I will show you guys that Pokemon Yellow, though. So let me get out of this, get us back to, hope that does the trick. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, nice. There you go, Wingull. Last Tiana is about to use Shroomish. Not in the best shape here. Trumish is probably not a... Mr. Mud, probably not the move here, but... No. Yeah, you missing would be nice, Trumish. No, I'm gonna lose this. Well, we got a potion, so... Perhaps we'll survive. I might even think about using that potion now. Can I live another turn? Could hit Wingull with one as well. And tackle him to death. Oh, come on, that's easy enough. Liking the wild Pokemon theme. I think maybe the trainer, or this is a trainer battle rather, but yeah, the there's one thing that I've been hearing on the soundtrack that's been cracking me up. I've noticed like a few battle themes. I'm guessing there's like some set piece battles with maybe their own music to it, or like probably the legendaries or something. But I ended up furthering your career. Yeah, sorry, lass. Are we to another town? Nice. Petalburg's right here. Perfect. Let's go save. Heal up and save. And
Oh my god, we're back again.
we are back and playing Pokemon, and it feels good. All right, I want to show you guys this other game for a bit. Let's save real quick. Did I set this up? Tell her yes. Let me check something real quick. Maybe I'll even show this off on tomorrow. I'm not sure if I made a window for this, actually. Let me see. You know what? Yeah, let me show... I'll save this for when we play. We'll play tomorrow, actually. I want to come back tomorrow. So yeah, give me 1 second, guys. Those of you on Twitch, everybody here, hang out for a little bit longer. I'm going to look into getting us a raid. I've got a short collage for you as well. In dedication to all the Mudkips out there. I guess you don't have to put the S on the end, right? Just Mudkip.
What's going on, man?
Let's see who's streaming right now. Get us in somewhere. I'm afraid to, raid into somebody who's playing this game just for spoilers. I see, let's see, Dango Rangus is playing Parasite Eve. I might go check that out. That sounds like fun. You know what? Actually, we'll check Dango Rangus out at another time. I see G to the next level. I want to go. I want to go here. This is this guy's been doing a series, growing up Genesis A to Z, and they're on the letter T right now. Toe Jam and Earl in Panic on Funkotron, number 600 out of 683. So I grew up a Nintendo nerd, so I appreciate this. See, it's someone who grew up Genesis. What a great title. All right. Anyway, shout out to Dango Rangus as well. That's always a fun stream. Guys, I'm going to show us the schedule. We're going to take a look at a collage, and we're going to get out of here. Thank you so much for hanging. This has been fun. I love this music. This is going to be a fun playthrough, guys. Let's do it again tomorrow. And then I hope on Thursday we can start with the Wind Waker. First time playing that on stream, and my first time playing it in a while. Over 10 years. I did a playthrough with my wife. It's been a while now. That was probably the last one. So that's going to be fun, man. And GBA and GameCube were, out at the same time. It's taking me back. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging. Yeah, we're in just a couple minutes. I'll have you guys over to the Hyper Funk Zone. We'll be hanging out with growing up with G to the next level. So anyway, thank you guys once again. Thanks to Zombie Anton for doing this hack. It's great so far, guys. Hope to see you tomorrow. Here's a little collage for you, and thanks for doing what you can to support the stream, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. It all helps. Thank you. I'm out of here, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Today, I want to do something a little bit different.
Sounds like another walk in the park.
Another day, another dollar, Donegan.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met Count.
Frickin' what up, dude?
Oh, wow! Wow!
Totodile. Well, how do you pronounce that? Totodile? Cyndaquil.
What are you talking about, you idiot?
To the corner of flow is real trip.
When you come in on Monday and you're not feeling real well, does anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. This is the way. I'd like for the people to remember me as being a winner, because I ain't never been nothing but a winner.
You guys can see better where you watch the game from than I can see where I watch the game from.
Congratulations!
Get him out of here. Get him out.
Thank you!
I bid you good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.